Specifically, if I gotta go, I gotta go.
I mean, most of the time I don't have to go.
Oh.
So it's like
I mean, I'm like Nekomaru from Danganronpa, you know. You know,
explosive. Yeah,
not explosive. I want to.
you want to.
I want to. It's also like a good time waster,
Mm,
as he would say. It's shit or something like that, you know.
is my iPad dead? It is.
It's a good thing I didn't start on my transition screen.
Okay. So I am going to. I'm gonna transition now. Are you good?
Hmm.
Okay.
Also, for some reason, your OBS is visible in my stream.
How? Oh, it's because I was hovering over it.
I wonder how audible my background is.
Um. Oh, I forgot to open up VTube Studio on my own phone.
It's
Good
his task.
job. I mean, your background isn't audible, but it is
It isn't.
audible.
It isn't audio, is it?
It isn't audio. Shut up. Ah, you know what? Why don't I have you here? I was like, oh, where are you?
What if I just like slightly
Wife?
move my mic?
Hi. Hi, wife. Oh, there you are. Hey, here you go. You can be right here.
Yep, I'm the wall blocking the everything. Yes.
The wall blocking everything?
Yes.
Oh, no, that's behind me. I'll put you here. There you go. You can be here. Yay. Yay.
Yeah.
Yay?
Yeah.
Yay. Yay.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm not talking to myself today. I have Cam here. Yay. I never talk to myself. I
It's
have
not your
Cam.
fault.
Hi. Huh?
It's not your fault.
It's not my fault.
It's not your fault.
What do you mean it's not my fault?
It's not your fault.
What do you mean it's not my fault?
It's okay to let go.
It's okay. What am I letting go?
It's okay.
Who am I letting go?
It's okay.
What is elaborate? What am I letting go?
Happy. The accident was years ago. You can let go of
What
me now.
accident? I would let go of you. What accident?
It's okay. Exactly, Bo. We're not real. It's okay, Happy.
We're not real. What do you mean?
It's okay to let go.
No.
You did nothing wrong.
I did nothing wrong.
You did nothing wrong.
They're gaslighting me, Mo.
It's okay.
Mo. Mo. They're gaslighting me again. Mo. Cam is gaslighting me again. I'm gonna open up your stream. I'm gonna go into your stream and I'm gonna gaslight you. How do you feel? I'm not actually gonna do that.
It's okay.
Stop. Anywho, we're supposed to be doing
Blue crime.
true crime.
Red
True
and blue
crime.
crime.
Reddit. It's okay. They need they do.
Yeah, have you take your schizo pills, and then we'll all
No,
go away.
you need to take your schizo pills. You need to take your schizo
Like
pills.
Bo said, take a deep breath, forgive yourself, and just let go, and wake up.
No, I'm not. I'm not letting go. I'm not waking up. I don't forgive myself. Okay? That's my dog. Anywho, over here I go. Oh,
So what are we starting with?
I don't know. We have so much to choose from. Lily, shut up. I'm gonna move you closer. You're gonna go right here. You're gonna. Do I have you locked in place? Oh, I do. No, I don't. You know what? No, you'll stay like that. It's okay. You can be big. You can be a big boy on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need to subscribe. And turn on notifications.
And link his channel in the chat. Hi, Just Dutchman. This is a different
You know what?
format of a stream.
You know what? I should link it, shouldn't I?
You should.
Yeah. So, right now we're gonna be watching videos from Coffee House Crime, cause yeah,
Link in the.
link
Hold
link
up.
in the.
I'll fix this.
You'll fix it.
I'll fix this for myself. I mean.
You'll fix it for yourself. Oh, okay. We're gonna. I linked it in the chat. In my chat, not your chat.
I'm gonna make this look so ugly.
How are you gonna make it look ugly?
You'll see.
Oh.
What if I couldn't spell coffee? What if it's just like egregiously messed up?
Oh. What are you doing?
It's flipped.
Why is it huge?
I don't know.
Why did you flip it?
I don't know, but it's okay.
Oh no. Ah! Why am I getting things thrown at me? Where, what? Oh. Could I join in this cozy crime Friday?
There we go.
I mean,
Oh, it is a
can?
Friday.
Yeah, it is a Friday.
Someday I'll make fighting game Fridays a thing.
And you know what? It is taking me. Cam.
Hmm?
And we gotta go into like a VC now.
Wait, what?
Mom wants to join.
Tomodachi time.
No, that's not what this is.
We're gonna watch anime too. It's Saturday for you. Nice.
Oh my god.
Futoku no Guild.
No. We cannot watch
I think that's
that.
the most illegal. I mean, there's worse.
No.
There's interspecies reviewers.
Yes, and oh god, no.
Let me.
No, we're not watching that on stream. You can get banned on your own.
Yeah, have you watched Ghost videos? Hold up, I'm gonna
What?
remove the source for a second. So my
What?
Discord be secret. You should watch Ghost videos. The videos of the ghosts.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, I'm gonna go to VC.
Okay.
Oh, whoa. And then I was alone. But that's okay. That's okay. And now I'm not alone anymore.
Aww. Are you lonely?
You're watching Boku no Pico without me? No, I'm just joking. I don't know if I've told anybody this like on stream, but like my experience with Boku no Pico was I was like, all right, everybody's saying watch it for some reason. So I'm watching the opening. And then like at the end of the opening, I realized that Pico was a boy, and I'm like, oh no. I'm gonna stop watching this now. And then I never ever watched it again. Opening was a banger though. You know, one of those things you gotta listen to.
Oh my god.
Are you saying the opening to Boku no Pico isn't a banger?
You guys, no.
High School DD, I watched it.
Not surprised.
Why? It's cool. It's about demons. I'm a demon. It's about me.
It's about you?
It's about me.
Oh, you heard
It's
that, Happy?
about you?
Take notes, Happy. Take so many notes.
Why am I taking notes? What am I have to take notes for?
Imagine, because he's like, yes, although, oh, that's me with all those girls. That's me.
Oh no, I know he likes that kind of stuff. He's weird.
Nasty.
That's right.
Nasty. That's not weird. That's nasty.
That's
He's
right. I watch
weird.
ecchi.
Anyway.
I'm not
Yeah.
afraid to admit it. I watched Kiss Sis.
Yeah. Yeah,
Double
we know.
nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty X nasty.
Oh god.
Fun fact though,
Huh?
my experience with Kiss Sis was very stupid
How was your experience since we're not watching anything just yet?
because I was very confused about what I was. Oh no, he's there. He's
He's
right.
there?
He's there.
Why is Coco Melon advertised to me?
Coco Melon. Oh, I thought you were about, just about Christian for a second. I was like, what?
No. Why is he? Who is there?
Christian is there?
Why? Why are you?
Because now I can't explain my dumb experience about Kiss Sis because then he'll judge me.
Well, then you'll be fine. Put on some more
Nah,
Bible.
but anyways, what was it? I was like, I think I was in fourth grade, and one of my friends told me about it, and I was like, huh, I guess I'll check this out. And that was when I fell down the rabbit hole. Dragon Ball is cool. Like, even though there are some parts that are just like kind of off, I think Super was really good for what it was. You know, it wasn't about the story at that point. It was more so of like,
How did we get on this tangent?
get stronger. My chat is cool. My chat understands
chat-
me.
Your chat understands you?
Yes, my chat understands me. They know I'm a weeb.
Okay, good. As long as they know, then I'm okay. I won't judge again after all I've watched it. Also, Data Life. You know what?
I didn't
Data
finish
Life.
Data Life. Oh yeah, would you like a bath or a dinner or a dinner inside the bath or a bath inside the dinner? That was a line from the I do tuba. You're not alone. In fact, if there's anybody in my chat who doesn't like that, I'm sorry.
Who doesn't like what?
Don't worry about it.
Who doesn't like what? No,
Don't
no,
worry
no.
about it.
Oh. Oh.
I had to see immediately what he
I
was
had to
talking
see
about.
A bath in bed with dinner and bath.
I mean,
You mean?
eh.
What are you trying to say?
What am I trying to say?
What are you trying to say?
What am I trying to say?
What did she mean by that?
I know a lot of your tastes. That's what I was.
You're smart. You can figure it out.
I'm gonna make the reactives a little bigger so I can.
Does have top tier animation.
Top tier.
Oh lord.
Like I don't wanna like
Stop! Don't out yourself today.
I don't wanna out myself,
Don't
but
do it. Don't do it.
He's gonna do it anyways.
pineapples with like a pink pigmentation are kinda cool.
Huh?
Oh.
Huh?
No, it's okay, Mom. Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about it.
Mm-mm.
Don't worry about
I
that.
don't like that phrase.
He-
I don't like that. It's never good when that phrase is used. Never.
He used that phrase multiple times.
Wait, what?
Huh?
What? What?
When did he use
I'm
that
not-
phrase multiple times?
Wait, what?
No, I'm saying.
Huh?
No. I'm saying that whenever that phrase gets used, it's never a good thing. That's what I meant.
I've only said that once, and that was today.
That was today. Yeah. Wait, what?
I know. I'm talking about like when it was ever used in our friendship ever.
Oh, never.
Not
Also,
recently. I'm
the
not
manga is okay. That is correct. And also, yes, I have watched that.
What is he talking about?
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
is that what I think it is?
I'm truly bonding with my chat today.
Ma'am, is that what I think it is?
It is what you think it is. It's the only one that's like that.
Oh,
You and your chat
Oh.
looked at each other and was like comrades, for real, for real.
Exactly. We are
Yeah.
that is
yeah,
that
no,
is gonna
they're
be
for-
that is gonna be what I'm gonna
Nasty
call
leader
everybody.
with nasty subjects.
We are men and
Oh.
women of culture.
call the FBI on him, please.
Contacting the Pentagon right now.
It's like me for real, for real.
Take this man away.
I'm having too much fun.
You
Oh
are.
wait.
You
If
know
we're
Um.
what?
gonna start off with some fun stuff,
I don't know how to respond to that, but as long as you're happy and not hurting anybody.
Oh boy. What? Who said that? I don't want to look and see who said that.
Oh my goodness. Wait.
Who said that?
You know what,
don't
guys?
protect his identity.
I appreciate you guys so much.
Oh
Oh.
my god.
Oh.
Oh.
You're making me
Well,
laugh today.
I have learned something that I didn't think I would learn today. Cool.
Look,
Um.
like I said,
I'm gonna. I'm. I'm.
I'm just trying to get by the day, and
I'm
I
just
read this.
gonna.
this is the most fun I've had
I'm
all day.
I'm here trying to fix Mo's reactive on my side. There we go.
Yay!
Yay! Now
And
she's.
see, you're fixing things, and I'm bonding with my chat.
I
Yep.
mean, I'm learning things about you guys that I didn't think I would learn today. Um, like
This chat is too spooky for me.
y'all
So
y'all are truly bonding, huh?
I wanted to say before we start, I wanted to start us off with something very spooky. I'll put it in Javi's chat because I didn't think I showed Javi. I showed Cameron, but I was like, "Don't watch it. Save it for when we're all together."
Oh boy, what are we
Oh
doing?
yeah.
Oh wait, you can't. Why can't you say? Oh, why are
I
you not a
sent
V? I hold on, I
When
gotta
is
fix
he
that.
gonna find the One Piece? Like, I just
Hold
read the
on,
chapter that came out today.
you can resend it. I gotta fix something.
Okay.
Cause
Also, when
for
you're gonna
whatever
open your live
reason,
scene?
it did.
What's about in Discord?
I sent it
Oh,
on
right.
the chat.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'll have you.
easy access.
No, no, no. I have to make you a VIP because for like whatever reason you weren't.
Oh, that's crazy.
It
That's
is
crazy.
crazy.
The One Piece is the friends we made along the way, and the bad guys
Oh
we beat
no,
up too.
I think you were a VIP and then you changed your. No, wait, no, wait, what? Wait, no, wait. I'm gaslighting
See,
myself.
technology is hard.
Tech analogy.
Gaslighting. How do you not have a profile picture for yourself?
Hmm?
Hmm?
Huh? No,
Hmm?
Mo on
What?
Twitch.
Oh, because I'm stupid.
The enemy is Luffy deleted.
How are you? How are you stupid? Anyways,
Javi, do you?
try resending the link now.
Maji was like, "Do you
Okay.
remember? I'm
Una
not the
vez
computer
más.
one."
She's better than you at times.
I'm, I
That
mean,
is a lie. That is a genuine lie.
He really did
That
get
is
his
a
gold in the fourth
genuine.
episode. Just can't wait, like for Ichigo to become the whatever he wants to be.
okay, one more
He's
time.
gonna have like. Wait, I can't say those words.
I mean, you can because it's revealed already. You know, he's a Soul Reaper. He's a
The Quincy
human.
Soul Reaper.
He's a Quincy, a Fullbringer. He's
What is that that
basically
you're
God.
sending me?
It's safe. Don't worry. It's safe. It's not nasty.
I shall pull it over to my other tab. Oh wait, since they're two different.
This is scary. What was that? What is this?
What is this? You know, I should have my heart rate monitor on.
For crime videos?
I'm saying this is a good place to start.
I think it's Domino's. They're downstairs
Have
to
it.
go get pizza.
Have it. I can't
Huh?
see it.
Oh, can you not?
Wait, hold on, hold on, hold on.
God,
Pause it, pause it, pause it, pause it, pause it.
God, dang it!
Remember, you just said it was on a different screen.
It's on a different tab. Why can't you just parsec?
Because
I'm
my parsec isn't
sorry.
working. Remember?
Ah, from you to me, me to you, not you to me.
Yes.
Ah,
Which is
now
why
can
it's
you say?
closed. Yes.
Una vez más. One more time.
Okay, I will restart it. Any
It's okay. You didn't miss it. You didn't miss it. And keep your eyes open.
Keep my eyes open. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a nice screen door.
Yeah,
It
right?
is, but where's
So
the
nice.
pizza?
No pizzas. Do you not read the captain?
Knocking from the living room. Why are you walking in there? Oh.
Oh, hi. Bye.
Oh, I thought I waved. Why are the lights turning off? It looks like he's in a different house.
He definitely got scammed. Oh, hi.
Oh,
Wait a
nice
minute.
sweater.
You don't look like a pizza.
Keep your doors locked, ladies and gentlemen.
Hide your kids and hide your wives.
I mean, I think he went for his bones for sure.
Yeah, I heard you.
He forgot to let go. And he didn't get his pizza, you're right. Oh my god, he got
Really did
scammed.
get scammed. He really did get scammed. You know what? That's okay. He'll be alright. I like that. You know what? I'm gonna retweet that.
Oh my god, I'm gonna retweet that too.
No. Only I can retweet it.
I retweeted it first.
You ended the stream, Heavy.
I know I did.
Bleh.
Bleh.
Yeah, Bo's right. This is what happens when you don't let go.
Don't worry. I'm never letting go. I'm just gonna be in your house constantly. Living in your walls now.
Living in my wallet?
No.
I eat to forget, but I always remember.
It's not frozen over you. Let it go.
You good, Grandpa? Okay. Did you guys hear him yell?
I did.
Yeah, I did. You good, right?
Ah.
He's good. Okay, what are we watching? From pro gamer to esports. Murderer.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Well, it's time to take the easy way out.
I'm just taking the easy way out. What do you mean?
Let me see. Which one of these sounds stupid? No
The
offense.
evil wife and her murderous milkshake. That sounds so stupid.
Love me or kill me. Her murderous milk. Wait, her murderous milk. It's new.
Oh.
What's new? Okay, we're gonna watch it.
What do you want? What a job.
I want better help.
Stupid ads. Don't give them money.
$3 million
What do you mean?
Robert Kissel and his wife Nancy had an income
Diabetes.
many can't even begin to imagine. Now, we're all aware of the phrase money can't buy happiness, and this story serves as hard evidence for that theory. As behind the happy facade of these two lovers, an emotional dance of anger, lies, and betrayal slowly but surely came to a boiling point.
You guys can still see,
and it
right?
would all
Yep.
end in death, with the help
Great.
of a deceptively ordinary milkshake. We've already covered a few cases including coffee and even vending machines for
They full
murder.
doodle.
Vending
But how about a
machines?
milkshake?
Oh yeah, it
Good
was one of the
afternoon
videos I
or
was
good
there.
evening, folks. My name is Adrian, and welcome back to another video by Coffee House Crime.
Subscribe to this
Today we're
guy
looking
if you
at
like
the
these
case
types of
Robert
videos.
Subscribe.
Kissel. Before we begin, I wanted to
He's
remind
very
you
good at what
that
he
I post
does.
true crime and strange cases here weekly, so if
That
is
was
your
the
sort of
senator.
thing, please consider subscribing to Coffee House Crime. And now, without further ado, please grab yourself a coffee, buckle up, and get ready for the deep dive. This is the case of Robert Kissel.
Looks like he changed his intro too. I don't remember this.
No, he had this before.
Did he? Oh, damn.
Yeah. Mhm.
It's been a while.
Welcome back to the vertical
Yo, what do you
city
mean?
of
We
Hong
just
Kong,
watched this.
folks. So, where do we begin with this one? From my previous case on Rurik Jutting, you will likely remember the positive affinity Hong Kong has with its natural parks and spaces.
They have one?
But on a more negative level, it still has ongoing
That building is
struggle with
bleeding.
fair wages and adequate living spaces. In today's introduction, why don't we focus on what it's like to be a tourist here instead? Put
Panasonic,
simply, you will never
Toshiba,
run out of things to
Espa,
do in this surprisingly
Epson,
green version
Esper?
of the city. Translated from the
MetLife.
Cantonese name Fragrant City, Hong Kong has a whopping 9,000 high-rise buildings,
Why?
which includes over 1,200 skyscrapers.
Well, I know why, but like.
While on the
still.
topic of lofty figures, did you know that Hong Kong has
Also,
the
is
highest
am I
number of
too?
restaurants per capita?
Is the video too
There are more
loud?
than 15,000
No,
of them in this city,
it shouldn't be, hopefully.
translating to more than 20 restaurants per 10,000
It did look like a prison.
Doesn't
That, like
sound
that
like it,
baseball
no.
or
It's
soccer
also
field.
home to one of the cheapest
No,
Michelin-starred
like for my
restaurants in
stream.
the world. As Tim Ho
Oh.
1 serves steaming baked barbecue buns for less than $3 US. Before I make myself even more hungry,
Let me
let's
see it.
talk
Let me-
about some other
if I
aspects
turn it
of
down
the
to, like,
city,
half
and
volume.
one that is actually related to
I want to eat that food too, but
It
where I
transpires
live at,
that
it'll probably
Hong
be
Kong
like
specializes
$7
in
for one.
financial services, which
Because
is
half
evident
volume
in the
should be good.
$76 billion
A good
that the
medium
sector
between
has
like my
contributed
voice
to the
and
country's
the
economy in 2020 alone.
his voice.
And by the way, that's a whopping 23% of its GDP. With Hong Kong being a vital international financial center, it is no surprise that many of the world's top bankers relocate here for work. And much like the case of Rurik Jutting, that is how we meet the subject of today's case.
I live
the
in
Kissel
New
family.
York.
The Kissels comprised a 40-year-old father, Robert, 39-year-old Nancy, and their 3 children, Elaine, June, and Reese. Robert was born on April 21st,
So they're American?
1963 to
Ooh.
That's a
Elaine
cool
Jane
headshot.
Kissel.
Hair.
Growing up with his brother Andrew in New York,
Oh,
Robert
he
was
is an
educated
American.
Just like
at
me,
the
for real,
University
for
of
real.
Rochester's College of
Except for I don't have a
Education
brother.
before moving on to attend New York University.
Yeah, you're an only child.
Described
I
as a
have seen
gentle,
Spider-Man
kind,
once.
gentle guy, he
Funny
had a
enough.
relatively happy childhood, and his supportive family allowed him to flourish throughout his education into the man he would become. He met his future spouse, Nancy Keeshan, in the 80s, and after falling in love, the two married at the East River Yacht Club in New York, where Nancy formally took his surname and became Nancy Kissel. Nancy was a manager of sorts, having formerly worked at a cab company, Mexican restaurant.
Spider Cuff.
Cab
She
company.
also previously worked as a general manager at the Docks restaurant on Broadway, Manhattan. After obtaining work at a financial advisory company in 1992, Robert's experience in the financial banking industry grew, and during this time, so did his family. Fast
Hey, what
forward 5
country are you
years
from?
to the year 1997, and this couple had finally become
What
a
country am
family
I
of
from?
5. And of
Oh,
course, with a growing household,
what country are you
they
from also,
increased
yes.
demand for money. It was around this
I am
time
from
that Robert was offered a
America.
job at the Asian Special Situations
Oh, you're from
Group at
Belgium?
Goldman Sachs, and the job would pay extremely
Ah,
handsomely.
he has the
But
chocolate.
it did come with
I'm
2
moving.
caveats. The first
He
one
has the
was to
cho-
accept
oh,
longer
can I get
working
some?
hours, which in his position
If you
I'm
go
sure
to
everyone
Belgium,
would
send
just
me some.
expect. But the second caveat was much more substantial.
All the chocolate is for me.
It required the family to
No,
move
what do
to
you
the virtual
mean?
city. The risks were high, but then again, so were the rewards. And so in the later months of
You know how I am
1997,
with chocolate.
the family accepted the offer,
But I want
packed
some.
their bags, and
Oh,
moved
sure.
to Hong Kong.
Okay.
Life here was very different to what they usually had back at home, and all 5 had to readjust to the new way of living. Thankfully, many of those changes
Not me about to
actually
call that
for the better.
Shibuya.
Hong Kong
Shibuya from Persona 5.
when it comes to food, and as for transport,
Oh
it is
yes,
unrivaled
my
when it
favorite
comes to
town,
roads.
Shibuya
There was
in
always
Shibuya.
so
China.
much to do in the city, and the family had lots of plans for the weekends. The Kissel family eventually settled down and took up residence in
But
Hong
nice.
Kong Park.
Now I'm hungry.
Now,
This
how
the
big is that
largest private
apartment? And
housing
do they have like
estate in
15 million
Now,
different
this place
appliances
is
that do
They-
like the exact same thing?
They
like
have
the
30
TikTok
washing
videos?
machines.
Oh my God.
Personal space isn't actually a problem.
You know, sorry to pause it, but like, you know, that's one thing I did notice, like, in like some of these videos, not the videos, but like some of the stuff that I'll see of like for like China, they'll have, or not even just China, in like Asian countries, they'll have like the washing machines that are washers and dryers.
What?
Yeah, I used one. I've
Is
used one.
is that rare?
I didn't even know those
It's
existed.
not rare, but they're not. At least the one that I used was not good.
I mean, I used a
I
bidet
mean,
before, and
it did its job. It washed and dried.
it
But
did
was
its
like a
job too
really,
for me.
it was a really small load, and it also took like 3 hours
Oh hell no.
or more. But
Oh,
then if you
hell
think
no.
about it, if a wash takes like 30 minutes, and then you put it in the dryer and it'd be in the dryer for like an hour or two, that's basically the same. But
Wait,
it's like, see,
what kind of dryers are you using?
I don't know. But like,
I use
you know,
hangers.
you know what? That's fair. But like, still, it was like 3 hours long, and it was the for me it was the fact that it was a really small load, and they limited how much like soap we can put in there. And I was just like, come on now, like I got like stuff to wash, and they also told us don't put our bed sheets in there, which
Yeah,
was dumb.
I'd rather do it the American way, which is a
Stuff
washer
everywhere.
for 40
America,
minutes
fuck
max,
yeah.
and then a dryer, 40 minutes max, and that's it.
40 minutes. You
Yeah,
don't use.
I mean,
You don't do 40 minutes.
yeah, because I go to a laundromat, so I can spread it throughout different machines.
Oh, you spread through different machines.
Yeah.
See, what I
I,
do
I,
is
hi, cheesy.
you use a rope tied to two trees, the good old fashioned way.
What is the good old fashioned way, Cameron?
Like Bo said, he uses a rope tied to two trees to
Yeah,
dry his
that's fair.
clothes.
But like I when I go to the laundromat, we like fill the thing like half full. Cause I think that's what you're supposed to do. It's like fill
Yeah,
the
you're
dryer
supposed to
half
do it.
full, and then
Yeah.
like I usually do like an hour per dryer.
Yeah, I can't do that because at least for me, it's like how the machines that I go to work is like you need to leave space because if you don't, because not only is your clothes not gonna dry, but the part that does touch the air, it burns it too much. Especially depending on the material you use
Eco
too.
friendly.
It could burn it.
Oh, that's the ghetto one.
See, for me, right, what I do is I walk over to the washing machine in my house, right? I use it,
Mm-hmm.
then I get some hangers and then hang up the clothes in the bathroom.
You know what? I like that. I still can't get over the fact that you
Been
guys
doing it for over 20
like
years.
your washing machine is just like right there
Yeah, I'm sorry.
in the
My
room, and
my
I just
bathroom
look
is
at it and
super.
I see it. I'm like, uh huh.
It's in the kitchen.
It is in the kitchen. I'm like, where's the dryer? And it's not there.
The dryer
The dryer
is in
is
the
all
house.
around us.
Though I do have a hanger in my house, like a hanger stand, where like for clothes that I use that cannot dry at all, they have to air dry. I use that.
For anything I have to have that needs to be air dried, I kind of
The
just like
dryer is the friends we made along the way.
I put it like on the little like rail above my tub,
You clean your
and
clothes by
Uh-huh.
hand washing them? Oh
no,
no. No, not you. I can't imagine. That's like too
you've
much work
never
for me.
hand washed your clothes before.
You never hand wash
I
your clothes
have.
before?
I'm not gonna say why I had to, but I have, and I did not like it.
Mm. When
Just
I
shove
was
it in the
living
stove.
in
There was one time when I was in St. Martin, we were at our aunt's house. She has a washing machine, right? But they didn't have it plugged up. They didn't have it plugged up. So we had to like scoop out water from like the well and put the water in the washing machine and then hand wash in the washing machine and then hang it to dry.
This
I
is a
mean,
part of
at
the
least
show when
you
I find out
had
I'm
a
privileged.
washing machine to put it in.
And Javi, do you mean you hung things on clothesline? Yes, I have.
Am I privileged?
I haven't. No, not really.
Let's go.
When I was in Mexico, I think when I was visiting my grandmother in Mexico, um, there was a washing machine, but we only used it for like huge blankets. Literally, that's the only thing we use it. Otherwise, we would have like a laundromat space outside that had the actual like the stone with the ridges. So you just
Oh,
put your clothes there and you actually scrub the clothes on the ridges.
I want to use one of those.
And we had like oil drums filled with like rainwater and stuff, and then we would just use that for laundry and then hang it up to dry. And since it's Mexico, like that shit dries in like 30 minutes or 20 minutes tops.
Yeah, hot down there.
It hot.
It's hot. It's hot and it's dry.
Hmm.
I was talking like, oh yeah, it's hot and humid, so it takes a little bit long. No, it's hot and dry.
You
It's
think
hot and
people with
dry,
both are
so like
privileged?
literally life itself
Huh?
would get sucked up.
Yeah,
People
you
with both are what?
participated. Why did you participate? Why would you do that to
Partic-
yourself?
Participation.
Participate where?
Don't worry about it.
Partic- oh,
Uh,
DDD.
what is DDD?
You know what? Yes.
Oh, I
You
mean,
and your chat are very
I'm
good
glad I
at
streamed today.
yeah. See, I'm glad I decided to stream so that you decided to stream as well. Yeah, that's right. I'm taking credit this time around.
I mean, sure,
I,
that
I
is okay.
mean, I mean, you did want to stream.
I did.
You did.
I was like, you know what? This sounds like a different stream idea from what I normally do. So I'm going to steal your idea by joining you.
Yeah. Look at you.
That's not stealing. That's just a joint project.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like the guy in a group project who takes all the credit.
Oh, Mo.
Mm-hmm.
We bought his CPU the other day. Not the computer, just like one of the parts for it.
Yeah, but still,
And
That's
that's
right. I'm building a computer for better
like he's
streams.
building a computer. So like I was trying to get Jay to help us like figure out which one was the better buy. You know, all he said was Naisu. I'm like, bro, I need to know which one is the better one. So I was buying it directly from the like
Janky
manufacturer.
Jack January.
Jakey, what? But yeah, to this day, I have not gotten like a straight answer out of him as to which one was the better buy. But the CPU should be there tomorrow. So Cam,
yay!
look out for it.
Did you know I have work tomorrow?
It's coming in the morning.
Did you know I have work tomorrow?
Again, it's coming in the morning before work opens. Yes, I do know you have work tomorrow. Hmm?
Interesting.
Is he
Yeah.
alive?
Round 3.
No, he was just swimming. Because apparently this is like a villager simulator. Anyways, anywho,
Problem here, and it's said
I'm
that
press
these
play now.
pictures never do
Oh,
go
that's a
beyond
nice
the
ass
surface.
pool.
Robert
That
would
is.
eventually become the vice president of the Asian Special Situations Group at Goldman Sachs.
Tennis court and
And in
everything.
What?
2000, he was hired
But
by
he's-
Merrill Lynch to manage
Merrill
that division, pulling him the
Lynch.
very hefty sum of $4
Merrill
million
Lynch.
per year. While her
Yeah, that sounds
husband's
like a
career
villain
was
name.
skyrocketing, Nancy
Marilyn
also
Lynch.
That is
had her own
that's like a
success,
big
becoming the vice
bank, I
president of the
think.
local school's
Oh,
parent
really?
teacher board.
I think so.
The two had grown into what is known
Well, they got money,
colloquially
money.
as a power couple.
Oh, they were
Two
a power
people who
couple.
were each influential or successful in their very own right. However, sadly, Nancy and Robert's happy lives appeared to be a mere facade, as apparently, behind closed doors, things were not as idyllic as others had
Was she
thought.
beating him?
Ever since moving to Hong
Oh,
Kong,
yeah, she was.
Robert had allegedly become a little too familiar with the whiskey, and it is
Uh-oh.
also
Oh,
reported
shit.
that he often abused cocaine and his
Oh.
wife.
Oh.
Damn, he was down in the
Now,
trenches.
whether this is true or not,
For a
we
second, I
will
thought that was
never
Oblivion
know.
music.
But
For a
several
nah.
years down the line, these claims would be adamantly pushed by Nancy. Regardless,
The
the family
big deal.
seemed to keep things together, and at least during this time frame, there were no concerns or complaints made to their friends or family. But very little did they know that there was a
They're
deadly
like,
pandemic right around the
A little
corner.
cocaine
I
never
just
hurt
want to know,
anybody.
how did she kill him with a milkshake?
Coronavirus.
Coronavirus?
Well, it did bring all the boys to the yard.
SARS-CoV-1. The SARS-CoV-1 virus, also known as the severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus, began to flood
Oh.
international headlines when it was first identified in Guangdong, China in November 2000.
So this is COVID-1
You can poison
or
things.
COVID-19.
SARS was not taken lightly.
You could
and as
poison
you
things,
can
you're
very
right.
likely imagine, many were terrified
Freaky.
of the rapidly spreading
Freaky
virus.
Frank February.
This also included the Kissel family, as SARS was most prevalent around that area of Asia. And with Hong Kong being
need to tell your child to shut up.
populated, and the virus being spread via aerosol transmission, there was an
They ain't hurt nobody.
risk of catching it while in the big city.
Yeah, you could
Put it
spike
this way,
things.
the Kissel family were financially very well off. Not only did they own an expensive apartment in the luxurious
They
Hong Kong
owned an
Parkview,
expensive
but they
apartment.
also still owned their grand
They can own
vacation
me.
home back
I
in
mean,
Vermont in the
I
US.
like money. Yes.
Robert couldn't leave his business behind, and he was far too important to leave his company.
You wanted me
But
to
as for
own you?
Nancy and
What?
the kids, that was
Huh?
a very
Huh?
different story.
Huh?
I was like, they should own me so I can get money.
Back to the US
Oh.
without him. But moving into a
They'll
grand
just sell
vacation
you,
home,
man.
which is not designed to be lived
Alright,
in
no
for a long
slavery
period
here.
of
This is
time,
not
the
like.
children began
No,
to
I
grow
meant like
restless.
sell his
With
organs.
so much money coming in,
They
being
wouldn't
able to
sell
buy
his
houses
organs.
wasn't going
They're
to
not
be
good
possible
enough.
for the Kissel family.
Damn.
And so, with that said, Nancy
I mean, they're not gonna
built a
use
huge
his feet
garden.
for sure.
With an
They're
Yeah,
gonna
expansion
be like,
comes
these are
construction,
garbage.
and with
I
construction
mean, maybe they
comes
can
many
like use his
builders.
feet for
And
for
Nancy,
pics if
she
they
took
like
a shine
polish
to
them
one
up
of
a
them
little.
working on the job. Now,
They're gonna
Robert was
Exactly.
go
an
cut,
intelligent, hard-worked man,
damn.
and
They
over the
don't
coming
work.
months, his suspicions grew. But living so far away
This
from
is a
home,
net
he couldn't
loss.
deny
Am
or
I?
confirm these thoughts. The builder's name
I'm
was
sorry.
Michael Montreal. The man was an electrical repairman living in the same area of Vermont and had been married twice before. Financially,
Is
gonna
he
tell
Vermont
twice
Gustavo?
was
married
in a very
man?
different place to Robert. When Nancy's husband made more than $3 million per year,
3
Michael
mil?
lived in a trailer park instead. Now, money isn't everything, and
Why
perhaps
would
his
you
more
go for
laid-back and less
a
intense
trailer park
lifestyle
even
gave
if you
Nancy
had
the
money?
thing she
I
never
would want
was
a
missing:
house.
affection. Either way, Rob hired a private investigator to watch Nancy.
Give
No,
And
me
she's
a
over the
house.
following
cheating.
weeks, this
She's
PI was able
she's
to
cheating
confirm
on
that
a
Nancy and Michael were
dude
spending a lot of time together.
with
Safe
him,
to say
the
that
guy in the
electrics
trailer
were not
park.
the only thing being wired at the time. Fortunately for
So
Robert,
he put a
but by
tap
summer
on
of
her.
2003,
We need to
the
cook Jesse.
SARS-CoV-1 virus had slowed its spread to become much less of a threat. With the main driving force between their physical separation now largely irrelevant, Robert begged Nancy and the kids to return to Hong Kong, and eventually they did. Robert was already worried that his marriage with Nancy was on the rocks, and he made great efforts to try and
Worried.
salvage their relationship. Unfortunately, it was all too little too late, and this didn't stop her from carrying on with her own secret affair. She maintained regular contact with Michael overseas, using a
Living
prepaid
with the
mobile phone,
trailer
and
park
when the
guy.
Kissel family
Well, she loves
temporarily
him.
returned to the US so Robert
He
could
probably
perform
got that,
the procedure,
you know.
she even went as far to meet Michael at a hotel
He,
while her husband
yeah, he
was
looks kind of
undergoing
off.
surgery. Throughout the following months,
I
the
mean,
relationship between
he's
Nancy
an
and Robert
old
continued
dude who
to
works in a
deteriorate.
bank.
And although they
He's
upheld
definitely a
happy facade
nerd.
to all
He also looks like Arnold
appearances,
Schwarzenegger.
arguments between the two were bitter and very frequent. Robert was
I
growing
guess.
increasingly
From
frustrated
like
with his
angles.
wife, and on the other side of the coin, Nancy had found happiness in someone else.
Oh,
The
That's
relationship
crazy.
between the two had become toxic and volatile, but very little did at least one of them know that in November, the whole thing would finally reach a boiling point.
I feel like I'm spending way too much
no!
time getting other people's problems. How do I set boundaries with them?
That cat does not give a fuck.
He's not.
She's like, what the fuck are you on about?
On November the 2nd,
Who?
2003,
Oh,
the
no.
Kissel family were home in their Parkview apartment.
They were in
Hong
Paris.
Kong. With it being the weekend, the
2003.
kids weren't at school and instead had one of their friends over for the afternoon. As the evening approached,
That was the
every
best part of the
10
video.
seconds,
You know what? I'm
Dan's
right.
father
You're right.
dropped by
I shouldn't have
to pick
skipped
his
it.
daughter. At the time, it was a nice surprise, but Nancy made them thick strawberry
Oh,
milkshakes.
I
And
could go
before
one
leaving,
for
Robert
one of
and
those
Drew
right now.
children enjoyed their drinks before saying goodbye.
That's a smoothie.
He wasn't aware of it
Yeah,
at
I
the
want a
time,
smoothie.
but
Give
Andrew
me
had
a
Why they call it?
smoothie.
Why they call it a milkshake?
person to see Robert Kissel alive. And after waving
I don't
goodbye
know.
to him as he left, Robert.
I'm gonna be one of those guys.
Oh,
It is
he's
pretty
finished.
safe to say that when you're pulling in as much as $9,000 per day, you don't ever really stop working, including over weekends and evenings. And the proof was in the pudding, because late that very same evening, Robert was scheduled to attend an online call with work. This call was essential to the company, and he and his colleagues had been preparing for it for many weeks.
Ooh.
So when Robert failed to connect, or even leave an excuse as to why he wasn't there, many of his colleagues immediately grew concerned. Fast forward to the next day, and Robert also failed to show up at work. And this is when people around the Kissel family began to ask questions.
I'm sorry, Dutch.
These
I'm sorry.
concerns went straight to the top of the board, as it was actually the vice president of Merrill Lynch's Hong Kong division that made the first call back home. After calling the family's home phone, Nancy told David that Robert was going through some personal issues. But this didn't make sense to David. At least when it came to his work, Robert was reliable, dedicated, hardworking, and thoughtful. He would have undoubtedly called in sick for work, and this acute change in character worried David greatly. As the week progressed, colleagues and friends grew further concerned for Robert, and by Wednesday of that very same week, David made the decision to inform authorities of his disappearance.
No, I'm gonna pause this for like 2
Shortly after
seconds.
this phone call,
Be-
authorities made their way
because,
to the
like,
Kissel residence, where they were met with Nancy.
My thing is that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, it's the boss, like the vice president of his company, that calls in, and he's like, "Oh, there's something wrong," right?
Uh-huh.
He doesn't usually behave like this. His wife answers the phone, and he's like, "Oh, he's not feeling well."
Uh-huh.
That's incredibly sus. Like, we know it's her that did
Mhm.
it. Obviously, we know it's her. But
Uh
like,
huh.
why would you go and say that?
I think it's more because it like depends also if the guy knew if they had relationship problems or not, if they were like buddy buddy like that. Because if they
But like,
were,
still.
he would know that him and the wife don't get along, or he would at least tell like he know like their struggles within the marriage, and then be like, oh, why is she calling now out of all places? Blah blah blah. Like if he knew like the context of their marriage and then she's suddenly upset, oh he doesn't feel well, then yeah, sus.
I also
Something
agree.
like
Thanks for your
still
input,
I
Cam.
still find it so weird that like I forget which one that we watched where like the guy was just like it was the one with the kid where his
There are so
parents.
many of these that involve
I
kids.
know, but like let me finish explaining. It was the one with the kid where the parents had gone to check on like their lake house, and it was only because of the Thanksgiving the what was it Thanksgiving like a parade that was happening in the area that got rescheduled that they figured it out.
I'm gonna
I
be
don't even
honest.
remember.
I watch so many of these that they're all kind of the same thing to me.
Oh well, thanks.
But
Anyway,
yes, daddy
um,
issues and words,
yes, daddy issues and words.
and I
Well,
don't
this
know
is the
how to
first
pronounce that.
time.
I'm sorry, Dutch. I'm sorry.
This is
That
the
is
first time I've
straight
seen
Dutch.
this channel, so this is all new.
But yeah, it was. I just had to
In their three children.
like that.
As
That to me,
expected,
it's like
Let me put down my
why.
phone so I can pay attention.
call it a simple gut feeling, but officers were somewhat uneasy with the situation. And although the place appeared to be spotless, they didn't like how she behaved or spoke about Robert. She also made it very clear to officers that she filed a missing persons report just that very same morning, and he'd only left the property after assaulting her. But officers were not buying her story, and from an
Wouldn't buy it
intuitive
either.
perspective, Robert's disappearance wasn't adding up. And so, instead, they decided to probe further around the property. It was almost midnight on November the 6th when investigators finally found what they were looking for.
I
They'd
might
been
need some
tipped
too.
off by a serviceman working at the complex that
To
Nancy
dive
had
deeper.
helped move an old rug into the apartment garage. Apparently, the rug was so heavy that it required 4 service members to move it, and those who had helped move the rug complained of it smelling very fishy.
Ew.
After entering the
Ew.
storage room, investigators immediately found the item in question. Crumpled behind the door was a rolled-up oriental rug.
Why does that rug
And found with
look like a
black
cryptid?
tape. Found on top of the
It
rug was
does.
a
It
pillow
looks
and
like
bag filled
elephant's
with
foot.
bedsheets, and all of it appeared to be very suspiciously bulky. Several minutes later,
Was it?
Suspiciously
after unrolling
bulky.
the rug, suspicion turned into pure horror. Lying inside,
That doesn't
with a
sound right.
plastic bag tied around his head, was the body of Robert Kissel.
Yeah.
His entire body had been placed inside a large white plastic bag and was bound with red adhesive tape. Investigators instantly knew that the body had been dead for quite some time, as the smell
I mean,
of
yeah, he
decay
was
was all too
smelling.
powerful for this to have been a recent death. And so,
There are
at
some weird audio
2:41
bugs.
a.m. on
What do you
November
mean?
7th, 2003, and just 2 hours after finding Robert Kissel's
Hold on.
body, police officers arrested Nancy Kissel.
Not
where
really.
She was charged with the murder.
So wait, you said there's audio bugs?
Oh, did they say there's an audio bug?
Yeah. Is it
It's
like I'm too
me.
low? That's all my brother's going. Like glitching? Oh, you mean like from like does it sound like staticky?
Oh, maybe your mic is turned up too high.
If it's kind of staticky, that might be my microphone itself. I probably need to turn it down. Maybe it's me. Hold up. No, it.
What a pause.
Yeah, static. Yeah, no, that's my mic.
But it was
It does
created
that.
during World War II. Okay, you know what? That's I can believe that.
My mic does that occasionally. I don't know if it's my mic specifically or if it's like bad wiring or if it's just like the mic brand, but like I get static occasionally and I don't know what to do to fix it. I've tried fixing it. But yeah, no, I'm aware. It's okay.
Which is weird because, like, through here, it sounds completely fine.
Yeah, I don't know why. I thought it was voice mod that makes it happen. It doesn't. It happens on its own. Um,
Mm.
I don't know.
That's the look of a person that has killed someone. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
She's
know.
killed
I
someone,
mean,
she's
we'll
seen
know
some
for
shit.
sure if it's like actually the mic itself. If like your mic does it too, because you have the same thing.
Yeah, so we'll find out.
I will find out. Anyways, back to what we were doing. Thank you again,
Was
Jesus.
her own husband. Police pathologists examining Robert Kissel's body determined that he'd been hit 5 times with a blunt instrument.
Oh.
And to add to this, tests revealed the presence of 6 prescription medications
Oh.
in his stomach, including the powerful sedative Rohypnol. To make things worse, it became
Rohypnol.
evident that
How did she
these
have that?
medications had actually been prescribed
She
to
got
Nancy,
money, she got
and it
connections.
was becoming
Remember, they're
obvious
pharmacists,
who was involved with this
I
murder.
think.
Moving into the
No,
legal
one is a
proceedings of this
banker.
case, Nancy's trial and everything before
Yeah,
it was
pharmacist.
actually very messy. Some of the details are intriguing,
I know what I said.
some are dark, and some are utterly ludicrous. So let's begin with the title of this video, The Milkshakes, and we're zoning back to the time that Andrew picked his daughter up from the Kissel residence. After downing his milkshake and returning home, Andrew said
Wait,
that he was
that's so-
unusually red.
That's so
He said he
fucked.
felt exhausted, and after lying
You saw a
down on the
Dutch son.
sofa, he fell into a deep sleep almost immediately. Worried that he wasn't well, he tried to wake him up, but even after shouting in his face and slapping his cheeks, he failed
You're not
to
wrong, though.
respond. After waking up, Andrew was absolutely ravenous. He devoured his dinner before proceeding to eat 3 entire cartons of ice cream, and then accidentally shat himself all over the sofa. Andrew woke up the following day with almost no recollection of the evening before, and
What the fuck?
described it as experiencing something like amnesia. It turns out that, even from the grave, and all with thanks to his former suspicions, Robert still managed to catch Nancy out on his murder. In an effort to monitor her
Alright, Dutch,
email
thank you
and
for
text
stopping by.
usage, Robert hired private investigators in Hong Kong to install spyware on the family computers. The spyware uncovered search engine entries for such terms such as sleeping pills, drug overdose, and medication causing heart attack. But Nancy would have the perfect excuse for this. She later testified that she was so desperate that she actually considered taking her own life. She allegedly didn't want her children to know this, so instead she tried to find a method that would look like a heart attack. And although this could go some way to explaining her search history, I'm sorry Nancy, but I'm calling bullshit on this one. Anyway, with the information she obtained from her internet searches, she consulted
When the
several
barista calls
doctors
bullshit,
in
you
Hong
know
Kong
that's real.
and obtained 5 prescriptions she felt would accomplish the goal. This included a sedative Rohypnol, a painkiller dextropropoxyphene, a sedative Lorovan, an antidepressant amitriptyline, and the all-too-common sleeping pills.
That clearly said acetaminophen,
Moving into
unless
her
I read it
trial,
wrong.
which began in June 2005.
He
Nancy
said
claimed that their marriage
antri
had turned
lift
for the
the
worse when they moved to Hong Kong in
But it,
anti-listerine.
This apparently is where Robert
yeah, but it
developed
looked
a
it.
chaotic life
I thought it said
consuming single malt
acetaminophen.
scotch.
I'm like, that
She
is
also
not
claimed
whatever
that
he
her
just
husband
said.
became increasingly violent and erratic around her, often throwing temper tantrums over trivial matters. And although Robert was the one to be suspicious over her affair, Nancy told the court that she believed her husband had been engaging in homosexual encounters
Oh my.
while on business trips throughout Asia.
Oh
But the
my,
big
oh my,
question
oh my.
was, what exactly happened on the night Robert disappeared?
Could we paint an even
The
more bleak
prosecution
picture?
claimed that Nancy had stockpiled several types of medications in the weeks and months prior to Robert's death. On October the 2nd, 2003, she crushed all of these tablets into a fine powder before sprinkling it into Robert's milkshake. If or why she did this to Andrew's drink too, we will never know or understand. But
Yeah.
considering the sofa incident, yeah, I'd say she probably contaminated both of them. After Robert lost consciousness on his bed, Nancy grabbed an 8-pound ornament and struck it against his head 5 times. Robert sadly died from these wounds, and his body would lie there overnight. The following morning, Nancy drove to a nearby rug merchant where she purchased a large oriental rug, returned to the apartment with it in hand, wrapped her dead husband inside of it, and stored him in a closet for 3 more days. And, as we all know, she then asked for assistance in moving the rug to the garage. Now, of course we'd expect it, but Nancy's story was slightly different. She claimed that about 2 weeks prior, she and her husband had a bitter argument about the possibility of divorce. And
Wow.
that this
Oh,
argument
no.
again escalated on the
A
night he was killed.
divorce?
According to her own testimony, Nancy was making strawberry milkshakes for the children when Robert announced that he had filed for divorce and was taking the children with him.
Oh
He was
no.
allegedly holding a baseball bat during this conversation, and in turn it
Where
made
is the
him
baseball bat?
passionate. She followed him down the hallway, carrying the 8-pound statue in self-defense. A struggle ensued.
Why would she
where
carry that
then
in
spat his
self-defense?
face before he struck her across the mouth. As they wrestled to the floor, Robert grabbed her by the ankles, and in response, she swung the statue behind her, striking Robert across the head. But when he hit back with a baseball bat, she then went back in for several more blows,
Oh
and
my
this
goodness.
ended up in Robert's life accidentally being taken. Although Nancy claims that she lost her memory after,
Not to talk shit, but if I got hit with a baseball bat in an altercation, I'm leaving.
and it would take a total of 6 months for the rest of the story.
Yeah.
to
Yeah, you know, to leave. You know, you're like,
There
you
is
know
one
what?
I'm not gonna be
great
like, yeah, I
I'm
can
leaving.
take him.
story, and that was
I'm going to
directly
run.
related to the baseball bat. You see, Nancy claimed that she and Robert had fought each other with the
I
baseball
choose
bat and
life.
the ornament.
Yeah.
But forensic results would show no marks or dents on the bat from the ornament, and vice versa, there was no paint from the ornament left on the bat. Additionally, the baseball bat contained no trace of Robert's or Nancy's DNA, and it is highly doubtful that it was actually used in the fight. Although it is not available to the public, there is actually surveillance footage of Nancy the day after she had killed Rob. And in this surveillance footage, there is no indication that she was injured or hurt. Now, despite these misalignments, Nancy would go on to plead not guilty to the court, which didn't help as she had a lot of things to make excuses for. But on September the 1st, 2005, the jury took only 8 hours to reach their verdict. Guilty of the murder of her husband, Robert Kissel. And some of you may know, under Hong Kong law, the mandatory penalty for murder is life imprisonment. Dressed in black as she'd been throughout her trial, Nancy showed no emotion at her sentence. From here on out, her case will be
You know, I forgot they were in Hong Kong.
where the governing
Yeah, I
board
did
will have
too.
the power to reduce her sentence by
Because in
1,000%
America, she
things.
would have gotten
Prisons in Hong
a
Kong
month
are
and a
reputed to
slap
be,
on her wrist.
quote, Spartan and
Yeah,
safe, and she's now
unfortunately.
serving her sentence at a
Yeah,
29
I mean,
institute for women.
For
if
what,
you
one
if you
murder?
if you look at, but if you like look at
Oh, you're right.
her
Now, there are a few
circumstances,
interesting side notes to this story, and one
then
of
yeah, it'd be
these
like a
is
month
around her
or like
secret
probably
boss, Michael.
3 years.
Despite being integral to her motive, and even
If
being
you look at
And
her
she'll probably be on parole early.
circumstances.
prosecutors never actually considered him to be a peripheral suspect in the case. Even after her conviction, Nancy swamped him with multiple love letters every day. These letters detailed various sexual fantasies that Nancy hoped
Ew.
she could indulge in once she was freed. A
Ew.
surprising number of these fantasies involved the two washing dishes, where their hands came together among the pie plates and cereal bowls in hot soapy water. All
Ew.
of these stories ended with her drifting off to sleep after passionately making love. But
Ew.
Michael appeared to move on very
Ah, yes, I love
quickly
fucking over the
as
dishes.
he and his new
Oh my
wife
god.
went on to read those letters
Like,
together.
those soap
Nancy
suds just
eventually
get me going, you know?
Yeah,
Following
they're
his
like the
death,
same
Robert's
color as the
body
other
was
thing.
sent back to the US
Oh
to
my
be
god,
investigated,
I did not know
but
that.
unfortunately, he found it too difficult to look after them. So instead, Robert's brother Andrew took custody. And this is where the story gets even more bizarre. But in April of 2006, Andrew was tragically found stabbed to death in the basement of his own mansion in Greenwich, Connecticut. And understandably, this traumatized the children once more. Andrew had unfortunately been caught up in a great deal of fraudulent activity, and who actually killed him is still somewhat of a mystery, but they do have someone behind bars. Now seriously, this could be a story in its very own right, so don't be surprised if the video later this week is of Andrew Kissel. With Robert's estate declared to be worth around $18 million at the time, his 3 children have since inherited all of it. This has financially set all of them up for life.
I was
but it
gonna
did
say
come
let's
at the
go, but their dad
devastating
is dead.
cost of losing their father and their mother. Nancy has lost
But they're still,
Allow
they
me
got money.
to
I still would
introduce
have been like,
myself.
let's go.
Hopefully,
Yeah,
it'll be
I
for the
mean-
rest of her life. As far as we know, Michael is alive and well,
18
living his own life away
grand.
from a murderous snake. A snake who ultimately killed a man.
Not
her
grand,
husband,
18
and the father
million.
of her 3 children under one simple motive.
18
Nancy
mil.
no longer loved Robert. There is no doubt that
That's a
Robert
lot.
was an extremely busy
That is a
and
lot.
overworked man. And this sort of tension at home likely
I'll be
turned
their
her
new
case
dad.
to someone new. But at the end of the day, there is no excuse for the path that she decided
At least
to
you didn't
take.
get a different person to steal
Many
the money
claim that
from them,
Robert had
then
even
murder that
offered her
person.
50%
So
of
then
his
gets
entire
murdered
empire
after
through their
dancing, being happy at the person's
But
funeral.
Nancy
Yeah, you're
didn't
right.
want that. She wanted everything instead. And as a consequence of her selfish and vicious actions, she now has nothing. Now, given
My thing
Nancy's
is that
response,
she
Well, she
got
has
nothing.
free meals a day.
I'm not sure what to think about Robert,
She does.
but
And a
Guaranteed.
bed.
nothing certain here. He
And a
didn't offer
bed.
safe bed.
Yeah, all of
So I
that
think I'm gonna
guaranteed.
wrap this case up here today, folks. Thank you so much for watching.
Alright,
this video
boys, if
today
you've
with
learned
Poppy
something,
House
never
Guide.
beat your wife,
If you
because
found
she
this
will
case
kill you.
interesting or insightful, please
Same
remember to
goes
like
for
the
you,
video
ladies.
and
Never beat your
subscribe if you
husband,
haven't
because
yet.
they will kill
What
you.
are your thoughts on this case?
No, no, never
Do
beat
you
your
think
husbands
Nancy
because they
fought
will
back in
die.
self-defense, or do you think
That
Robert was
too.
robbed for no reason at all? Please feel free to share your thoughts down below, and as always, I'll be back again very soon. for
Oh
another
my
video.
goodness.
But until that moment arrives, please remember to look after each other, and of course, stay safe. Thank you, and goodbye.
I also been wanting to say this the entire time. That honey oat latte looks so like it just sounds so good.
It does. Coffee House Crime is good. I have Photoshop. I don't need this.
Holla.
He said konnichiwa.
You know what? The only reason why I'm watching the ads are because of the fact that I want to support his channel. But I don't even think me watching the ads are supporting him. Other
They do.
than, like, if a sponsor.
They do.
They do. Okay.
Watching his sponsors and his ad supports him.
I want to go to his cafe one day.
Well, if you do a very fucked up thing, you will.
Yeah.
What? Oh, no! I meant like him
You'll be there.
opening up a cafe and me going there.
He's not gonna open up a real cafe.
Not appear on his channel.
I don't mind appearing.
Oh yeah, you totally could. Abby,
You
you
totally
totally
should
could.
up. Are the head pats not working? They're not working, aren't they? Oh. But I fixed it.
What happened?
The head pats aren't working. Yeah, an error has occurred while communicating with VTube Studio.
Personally, I felt that. Which is why I use this PNG made by one of my favorite artists, Nimi Yadi Yadi.
Oh my god, I gotta advertise my PNG on freaking Twitter because I didn't post anything about it.
Man,
I had a stroke trying to say their name for a second. I don't know why.
you did. You know what? It's okay. You tried.
It's Nimi Adi Adi.
Okay, so the throwing system works again. So what if I turn this off? Turn it back on again. Thank you. Did the head pack go through? No. Will it go through? No. What do you mean the overlay is not connected? It's on. It's literally there saying that.
Sometimes a computer can be wrong, and it'll punish you for it being wrong. I've learned that.
This is why sometimes I don't like using Cheers. It actually like when it works it's great. When it doesn't want to work it's not great.
Margie, quick, tell a joke.
You.
Have you quick, tell a joke.
Oh, you know what's a really good joke?
What?
Me working at Ichiran.
I like my job a little more now.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah. Just because I got a raise.
How much you getting paid?
22 an hour.
Let's
The
go.
headsets are not gonna work.
You know that made
I
living
get more secondhand presents. Let's go.
slightly more bearable.
And the Fugi is not working. Not the Cheers is not working with me right now.
The rigging payment is that much closer. Let's go.
Exactly. Soon I'll be able to show my VTuber model on stream. Soon.
For whatever reason.
Will you show it off like on before it gets
Yeah,
rigged,
it's not
or
fun.
you're waiting until it's rigged?
I gotta ask about that actually.
It's saying it's on. It's saying it's connected. And the
It's on?
overlay is working.
Like Donkey Kong. You know what's sad? I think they trademarked that.
What?
It's on like Donkey Kong.
What is?
So as
No,
for
just
right
the
now, I'm
phrase.
turning off the head pats and bonks, just because they're not working right now. Unless I'll Let me see. Do I have it set up?
I'm like an encyclopedia of like moderately smart people when it comes to
I'll
games.
do it manually for you. I'll do manual. So I'll leave them on. Just I'll have to manually redeem it for you guys. Ah. Anywho, now that I fixed this, somehow. Not actually though.
The vending machine murders that killed 12 people. I feel like I've heard about that.
You might, maybe.
I don't want to spoil the plot though if we did watch it. I'll just keep quiet.
I did.
Because
Did we watch this one?
I feel like I heard about it from Lazy Masquerade, who's also another good person to watch this stuff.
Cult Murderer. I remember that one.
Did they?
I remember Izumi.
I know
We
they
watched
shadow
it.
dropped it. And it's $70 for some reason.
70 doubloons?
Yeah, because you know games nowadays are starting to cost $70.
Yeah.
AAA games,
I
rather.
remember when they were 60.
I do too. I do too. You paid $8. You bought the deluxe edition?
Oh, the Lux edition?
The deluxe edition.
I kind of want to see this dude, this programmer who became a murderer.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause that's like us for real.
We gotta watch out for the signs.
We gotta see the telltale signs.
He played Guilty
What?
Gear Strive a lot. He's a
Mental
Sonic
health
fan.
can affect
He
any
watches
child.
anime.
If they do mention that, we're gonna be like,
But how much of this can be used to explain
I remember when
the terrible
AAA
actions of
stuff
David
like Pokemon was $30.
It was
Yeah,
in August
I
of
remember that too.
2018 that he would do the unthinkable and attempt to end the lives of a dozen other gamers. But
Bro
what
got
was the
mad 'cause he
motive behind
lost.
his actions? What struggled- and what lay behind
And the
these
Guilty
terrible
Gear Strive tournament.
This case is eye-opening to say the least. It contains a myriad of red flags
I don't even
and
like
concerning
esports.
clues
Oh,
that
the
show
red
such
flags.
tragedy and argues the importance of mental health and how to deal with it. Hey
Mental
there, folks,
health.
and welcome back to another video by Coffeehouse Crime.
Dealing with
My
it.
name is Adrian,
Cameron
and
does
today
that
we're
all the
looking at the
time.
case of David Katz.
I have mental
And
health.
just to let you know before we
Mental
begin,
health?
I post true crime and
Not
social
issues,
weekly
but just
content.
mental
So
health.
if that's your sort of thing, please consider subscribing to Coffeehouse Crime. So
I
grab
don't know,
yourself
I
a
just have
coffee,
mental.
buckle up, and get ready for the deep dive.
I'm losing my
This
health.
is the case of David Katz.
David Katz. But yeah, that's been his intro for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, because it has a
I
little
bet that
logo for what
smells
the stuff is.
amazing.
Welcome back to America, folks. Today we're zoning in
America!
on the state of Maryland, and more specifically,
Yay!
the state of Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Hard to believe, but in 1752, Baltimore had just
Where is Baltimore?
Is it in Washington? I'm gonna guess it's in Washington.
It's in
Or New
Maryland.
York. Oh, never
Yeah,
mind.
Baltimore or Washington doesn't suck.
Is
Not that I had
Is
any
there a
idea because I
Baltimore,
forgot
New
to.
York?
No.
there a Bal?
Oh,
No.
I thought there was.
I think you're thinking of Baltigo, which is a One Piece location. I don't know why I said that.
Baltimore is in a city in Maryland.
Yeah, Baltimore, Maryland.
What is this question that they ask on Google?
What's the question?
Okay. There's what is Baltimore known for?
Crabs.
Is Baltimore a good city to live in?
Baltimore's known
What do
for
you
crabs,
call
right?
people from Baltimore? What percent Baltimore is black?
Damn.
These are the real questions, actually.
There's a new Baltimore, New
actual-
York.
There's an actual answer. 62.6%.
But Baltimore is known for crabs, right?
Baltimore is known for the Museum of Art in our harbor, Edgar Allan Poe House and Museum. Go to a game at
The
Or
Baltimore
Low
Ravens. Yes.
There's Fort McHenry National Monument and Historic Shrine. Baltimore apparently has deep African American roots. National Aquarium, Fells Point Historic District.
I might have an answer. Go on.
Is Baltimore worth visiting? Baltimore becoming more white. Why is this a question?
I mean, I know Harlem is, but you know, that's a
For
Why is
real?
Baltimore
different
called
story.
Mob Town?
Bob
What?
Sound, let's go.
What? Oh my god. Okay, anyways, we're gonna close this tab. We're gonna close this tab. I
27
mean,
homes,
Baltimore
a
looks nice
church,
from this
and
little
two
like overview
taverns.
that they're giving
But
us.
fast forward a little over
Watch Baltimore be like
270
Harlem.
years,
I'll
and
fit
it
right in.
has a
Probably.
population of roughly 600,000
And they'll be like,
Why
oh,
are
Once
people
I
predominantly
haven't
searching
a
those
seen
on
you
Google? I
small
don't
around.
know.
place focused on steel processing, shipping, and auto manufacturing, the city now relies on a low-wage service
But
economy.
yeah, but what's your
accounts
question?
for 31% of jobs in the city. Nowadays, shipping cargo and tourism are significant players in Baltimore's economy, and roughly $53 billion of cargo move through its shipping ports every year. And as for tourism, Baltimore's rich history makes this a popular destination for tourists, with more than 25 million visitors per year. However, there's a disturbing side to Baltimore too. Some of you may know it for Leakin Park, an area infamous for finding dead bodies.
Oh,
Oh,
I
What?
thought they meant the other Lincoln Park.
A total of 79 bodies have been found around its grounds.
damn.
Most of these were from one-off homicides.
Oh.
However, some of the bodies were
Go with the
possibly
Charger.
from original owners. Now, Leakin Park also borders on some of Baltimore's roughest neighborhoods, which probably strongly
The
influence
Charger is the
number of
cooler car.
homicides in the area. But today's story doesn't begin or end in a place of poverty, and in fact, it's actually quite the opposite.
We're
Miles
going
away from the
high-end part of
cold
Baltimore,
and dangerous streets Leakin
boys.
Park, we find the Katz family, comprising of Mother Elizabeth, Father Richards, and their two sons, Brandon and David. Their eldest son, Brandon, was born in March of 1990, and his younger brother David followed suit almost 4 years later.
Oh, so
Born on
4 years
December
later.
22nd, 1993, David entered this world into an affluent and highly educated family. His
Highly
father,
educated.
Richard, was a NASA engineer,
Oh.
and his mother, Elizabeth, was a
His teeth
toxicologist
scare
for
me.
the FDA, also known as the US Food and Drug Administration. And just a heads up, but this fact becomes extremely vital to our story later. Despite their promising
his mom
beginning,
knew about
Brandon's
food.
and David's childhoods were rocky to say the least. It was in the year 2006, when David was only 12 years old, that his parents decided to divorce. Understandably, this devastated both him and his brother Brandon, and moving forward, the two split their time between their parents. The brothers attended Hammond High School in Columbia, found southwest of Baltimore, and while here, classmates recognized David as a shy and sometimes antisocial kid. He stuck to himself, was quiet, and was heavily into video games.
Oh
And
no.
that final point is rather crucial to
Oh,
highlight,
no.
as moving forward, David spent most of his time in his room playing
God.
competitive sports video games,
Played
mainly
Madden.
NFL. The Madden
He
series
played
is an
Madden.
American football video game based on the Nation Football League, developed by EA Sports.
It's in the game.
And
Cameron,
also
do
you
in
relate?
Madden, a new
EA
edition of
Sports
Nah.
Madden
is in the
comes out
game.
every year. David graduated from Hammond High School
I don't play
in
the sports video
2011,
games,
and fast
except-
forward 3 years to 2014.
Except Madden
What is this picture?
and 2K
What is this picture?
and NBA Live.
Fire the photographer. Fire him.
He was like, look like you wanna like not exist. Good job. Say cheese. Wait. Actually, don't say cheese. Say suffering.
Say suffering.
Suffering.
Oh
He
my
enrolled at
gosh.
the University of Maryland to major in
Maryland.
environmental science and technology. But David wasn't necessarily interested in education or work, and instead he dived deeper into the world of the internet, spending all of his time on
Oh
video
God.
games. His dedication eventually paid off.
He
and
logged
became
into
very
Reddit
good at playing
the
Madden.
first
In
time.
June of 2016, he started competing in professional competitive games against other players.
How do you get
Taking
into
the
one
game he
of
named
those?
Bread, Sliced Bread, or Ravens
Bread?
He joined the Buffalo Bills Madden 17 Series Championship and eventually won. Initially seen as an underdog and the 7th seed, David began to turn heads when he annihilated his opponents in game and gained further attention.
But what about in life?
You came in here today, you traveled up from Maryland, and now you get a chance to go into the semifinals. You have to feel pretty good about it. You came in as a 7 seed, and you just knocked off the 2 seed, and you did pretty convincingly.
Yeah, I don't think of myself as a 7 seed. I think personally I'm one of the better players. I like to let my game prove that.
Dave, congratulations. We'll see you in the next round. And guys, Larry, Zach, we'll go back upstairs to you guys.
This
The
is
Nissan
David's
tempted you.
lucky
I
weekend.
understand.
He went on to win the Buffalo Bills Madden Championship, landing him a cool $10,000 in the process.
What?
Go! Brandon Cooks, he's got the speed. Does he have enough juice? Last play of the
I feel like I've seen this guy before.
And he gets it done. Gets the touchdown. A lone house call there. I am speechless. And that is the ball game.
Hey, you can't even be mad. That's a good amount of money.
Else for you in the Club Series. Your Madden jersey. There you go. Way to go, Brett.
He does not look happy
Coming out
about
on
that.
top of the championship. Number
He's like,
17,
it was to be
number
expected.
1
It was
seed
within
Bryant.
calculation.
Congratulations, Larry, Zach, up to you. What a day in Buffalo.
And although he wouldn't win the next one, in April of 2017, David Katz went on to represent the Buffalo Bills at the Madden 17 Club Series Championship, which is a very prestigious duty for a gamer, no matter how you view it.
This game.
Thank you for giving us a game advertisement.
This game.
You're not ready for it.
In terms of skill and substance, there isn't really anything like it.
There's
I'll read
2
the
ads.
next one.
This is a minute long.
Remains unmatched in its breadth and drama.
I'm gonna skip this ad.
No,
how far into I need-
but
How far
Eva's
do I have to watch
exploration.
this Jordan?
Me too, buddy.
You're seeing intrigue, the espionage.
You're seeing intrigue.
It's
Espionage.
the power that shifts around, and it is.
She doesn't sound like she's convinced about the game that she's trying to sell.
Eve Online Experience.
Can have massive effects.
You can skip it at this point. Okay, great.
David Katz was in a very exciting moment of his life, and despite falling back on his education, he was making great wins, making good money, and earning a good reputation.
making money.
Now, it's every
Let's
game
And
go.
dollars.
Microwave.
video games, but despite his rising fame, there were many challenging aspects to David's life, and many of them stemmed back to his early childhood.
There is a video
Police
that was
records
going
show that
around
between
about the rise of
1993 and
VTubers. There's
2009,
probably a bunch
the
of them.
first 16
But there was
years of
one
David's
specifically.
life, 26 calls were made to the police from his family.
I can't wait for the
No
VTuber
No
killer.
one is entirely sure what these
Same.
calls were for, but the vast majority are categorized under domestic disputes and
Because we live in this reality.
and many of these calls
Mhm.
were during the time David was
Indeed
just
we
a
do.
child.
Just like
And
he
this
didn't get
is
enough
probably
clout
the
by the
best
end of the
time to
year,
address
so
David's
he went to
mental
like a
health,
con.
because it was really not good. David was known to have a myriad of mental health issues, starting at the age of 9.
The fact that that is, well, then again, we live in a world where like anything is possible. So the fact that that's possible is like the sad part.
Yeah.
Including antipsychotics and antidepressants. Now, this was one of the
Antipsychotics.
many reasons David's parents had divorced, as the two constantly argued about what was best for their children. Richard claimed that Elizabeth, a toxicologist for the FDA, was obsessed with using mental health professionals and psychiatric drugs to perform the work that parents should naturally do. And whether Richard's claims were valid
Oh.
or not,
You know what?
there is no denying that David was
Anti-vax
pursuing
dad.
education from an extremely young age.
He
And his
does
mental
look
health
like
seemed to be very problematic
super
throughout his
sad.
teenage years. Despite his father's concerns, David was prescribed Abilify, an antipsychotic drug primarily used to treat schizophrenia and bipolar disorder.
But did he
was
actually
also
have that?
prescribed Prozac, an antidepressant under the SSRI umbrella. And to add to this, there are also unconfirmed reports to say that he was prescribed another antidepressant called Lexapro. After allegedly experiencing a psychiatric crisis, Elizabeth took David to see a range of therapists, psychiatrists, and social workers. And in one instance, David had to be handcuffed by police after locking himself in his mother's car to avoid going to a mental health appointment with her. David's story gets worse and worse. In 2007, and at the age of 14, David was admitted to Shepherd Pratt Psychiatric Hospital, where he was administered a higher dosage of antidepressants. This was only one of 4 known care facilities that David attended around the same year, and since then, one of them has recently been under investigation for sexual abuse of their adolescents.
What?
By
Huh.
now, David's parents had divorced, and he was splitting his time between his mother's and his
You know, usually when it comes to these things, it's like 7 problems in addition to like the 18 other problems.
Spending any time with his mother. She had twice packed all of his clothes into a suitcase and told him to get out of the house. And one of those occasions was on Mother's Day in 2007.
Oh my
David
god.
was also enrolled into a wilderness treatment program for troubled teenagers for several months. And allegedly, his mother had enrolled him into the facility without first securing permission from the court. On December the 22nd, 2009, David wrote a letter to the judge
I don't like
regarding
his mom.
own parents' ongoing custody battle. And in this letter he said, "Dear Judge, today is my birthday and I'm turning 16 years old. I live with my mum and have been wanting to live with my dad. My mum is pretty crazy. She called the police on me about 20 times for pretty much nothing, like coming home a little late or something. She also gets drunk and starts yelling at me and poking me and doesn't leave me alone. She has hit me before and always takes my stuff because she feels like it. She has twice sent me to mental hospitals and once to a wilderness therapy program for no significant reason. I also can never talk to her because I hate her more than anything in the world, and she would probably yell at me. She also lies a lot. As David reached adulthood, the frequency in which he sought medical attention dropped quite drastically. Whether this was because he had control over his own life or not, we don't actually know, but concerning signs still existed throughout his day-to-day schedule. David would go days without bathing. He often played video games such as Madden until 4 AM on school nights, and he often walked around the house in circles. To add to this, David was further
That's
diagnosed
just me
with
on the
dysthymia,
freaking
which is a
Tuesday.
persistent depressive disorder. To make this more relatable, it's basically major depressive disorder, but with longer-lasting symptoms. And in
There's
conjunction with this,
a
he was
stronger
also
version of that?
diagnosed with oppositional
Why?
defiant disorder.
Apparently.
ODD is defined as a pattern of angry and irritable moods, coupled with argumentative and defiant behavior. This behavior is usually targeted towards peers, teachers, authority figures, and of course, in this case, parents. Moving forward, David withdrew himself from the rest of the real world. He spent almost all of his time online, had almost no physical friends, and began to fail at school. By the time he was competing in Madden tournaments, he was living alone in a condo in Baltimore. And although he was
That's just
enrolled
me on
in
a
university,
Tuesday,
he wasn't
OMG. I feel
actually
that. Oh
registered with any
God.
professional
You already crashed twice,
David
Jesus.
earned the reputation as a strong professional Madden player.
See?
Out
Your
of control.
chat
They
gets
told
me.
Get it together.
As
Your
seen in
chat
many of his
gets
clips,
me.
he never made eye contact with other players, and would often refuse to shake their hands after a win or a loss.
Oh, so he was an asshole.
You are not going to see much emotion from our guy, Brett. This dude is a man, David.
His name is
keeps to
Brett?
himself.
Yeah, he
His
calls himself
gamer
a bird.
tag.
He's not here for the experience and to go out, this, that, and the third.
I do hate competitive gamers who don't like
He's all business. He's
Show emotion.
focused, and
not show emotion, but like
enough to talk to you about anything. It's like pulling teeth.
they don't
Or
care about
like-
their competition.
Now,
It's like
David was
Like
clearly
haughty
in love
about
with
it
God,
almost?
And although some people knew
it's like they
the
like you know like they
rest
don't
of
care. Like I get it, he has
Mhm.
issues, but that's like
I mean, like,
Road to
think about
nowhere.
it. He's on like 3 different types of antidepressants right now.
yeah, but he could
Bro
fake it.
can't- Bro can't feel.
He could fake it.
He can't feel. He's sitting there. He's trying to remember how to play the game. Bro can't feel. Yo, I can't. That's great. This is wild.
issues, no one was very apprehensive about being in his presence. But in August of 2018, that would all change. And excluding those that lost their lives, he would forever change the lives of dozens of people forever.
You know what? This is gonna be a well played sound.
Jeez, you would think he killed somebody.
Hey, do you ever walk
Or
into
people.
a room and completely forget why you're there?
Yeah.
The way
Yes.
he worded that.
Do you ever feel like no one knows who you really are, and if they did, they'd completely reject you?
Not really.
On a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh. Glasses. Duh.
That was me remembering to take my keys with me when I go to work.
You see that, guys? On this video, they're telling us to go get therapy. And then
Damn.
they also
I don't
advertise-
need
They attack
therapy.
me like this in my
Oh my
own
God.
home.
It's the Yaimiko.
My girl.
Swim in it. Climb in it.
Climb in it.
Glide in it.
I like how you had the same tone.
Fight epic battles.
Battles.
About to read us like a Raid Shadow letter said.
Right after the ad about getting mental health.
This is my mental
Yeah,
health.
like if you're not, just play this instead.
Genshin Impact. Available on all platforms for some reason.
The free character. Fight in it.
Glide in it.
Swim in it.
Become it.
August
Spend all of your money in it.
2018.
Yeah.
The time
Yeah, I
was
already
1:30
did that.
PM. It was a Sunday,
Oh,
and
BB
Florida
is out
was
now.
enjoying another laid-back weekend in the humid heat.
Speaking
Family
of-
members
Go broke.
I need to get my NP5.
Pimp your body
and roughly one
to get more money.
Good luck, have fun, gaming bar. Why did I read it like that?
Good luck, have fun gaming bar, located in the Jacksonville Regional Marketplace.
I've infected
That
her.
unironically sounds so fun.
And many
It
of those who were
does.
particularly good at the game had been
That's a
invited.
whole PC
And of
setup.
course, this
Hold on,
Better
let's see the
than
games
what I
that they're
have.
playing.
as they would catch.
They have a place like that in New
The
York.
event had spanned over the
I need to go
weekends,
there.
beginning on Saturday.
We need
with
to
the
go to
final
Europe.
scheduled to take place on the
We need to
17th.
go to Japan.
David had comfortably made
That
his
too.
way through several wins on
But guys, there's a
Saturday.
place
Now
like that in New
Sunday was
York.
here. The games were getting
Yeah,
more
we know.
serious and much more.
There is?
Now,
Yeah.
unfortunately, luck was not on his side today. as
Also,
Jordan-
can we like take a second to look at this man and like his under eyes?
Looks like me
He-
for real, for real.
He looks like
Like he's hurt.
shoot. Yes, but like he looks like a specific type of character, and I can't remember the name.
Shaggy?
No. Like, is it Edgar Allan Poe's character? Hold on. Like, I mean, yes and no.
Like, is there...
He to me he looks like he's been through some drugs.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think I am thinking of like Edgar Allan Poe and how he would like. I'm sorry, what?
Maybe you're thinking of Van Gogh.
Edgar-
Vincent Van Gogh.
Edgar Allan Poe
Edgar Allan Poe?
is in Stray Dogs.
Yeah.
What?
Stray Dogs is a
What?
bunch of whatchamacallit, a bunch of like historical list figures.
The only Van Gogh I know is a
I don't
girl.
remember seeing him, but okay. Anyways,
I mean, he's
None of
probably gonna
that
be in
is-
season 3 or season
Yeah.
4, which comes out soon.
now that that has already like broken my brain, we're gonna go back to this. But yeah, like he looks
Before 1
he looks
PM,
hurt.
David Katz was knocked out of the tournament by his opponent, Elijah Clayton. David was furious and refused to shake Elijah's hand after being knocked out.
Oh.
And this wasn't just because he was defeated by him, but because David and Elijah had a very long and toxic history. Now, Elijah often
Not the
picked on David
toxic
for his social
gamer.
awkwardness and seemed to intentionally jeopardize David's work whenever possible.
Hmm.
In fact, David had recently authored a book to teach others how to get better at Madden, and after releasing this book, Elijah posted it online for everyone to read without buying. In a
Oh.
recent tournament, Elijah and David ordered a taxi back to the airport, but when the cab arrived, Elijah slammed the door in David's face and then left without him. And now, after all of this bad blood, David had been knocked out of the tournament by the man he despised, and the consequences would be both
Yeah,
irrational
actually, I
and
would be mad too. Like, fuck this guy.
Lily.
Oh damn, he got shut out too.
After storming out of the Good Luck Have Fun bar, David headed around Chicago Pizza. While there, he took his sunglasses off and left them on the side of the table before reaching into his Baltimore Ravens backpack. Storming back into the bar, he took position near the other players, pulled out a .45 caliber handgun from his bag,
Oh.
and dropped the bag on the floor. The tournament was still in full swing, with several players in the middle of the match. And to add to this, the entire thing was being live streamed on Twitch and several other platforms. David aimed his gun at Elijah Clayton, and it just so happened that the live stream camera was focused on him this very moment.
Oh.
Just seconds before being shot, the laser sight on David's gun can be seen hovering
Oh
over his
no.
head, and just as the camera pans back to the game, David pulled the trigger. Elijah was shot in the chest, forehead, and right eye 3 times, killing him instantly in his chair. David then turned on to 12 other victims, which included 27-year-old Taylor Robertson. Taylor was shot from behind as he ran away. Sadly, he was killed in the process, and just 20 seconds after firing his first shot, David turned a gun on himself. 10 others had been shot before David took his own life, with an 11th victim injuring himself from running away. And all of this had been captured live on stream. It seems that David's motive was made out of rage.
I would be mad. I would be so mad.
I would be mad too if I accidentally killed myself or injured myself, whatever happens to that guy.
God, I was ready for his life. How did he injure himself? I need to know.
Maybe he was like
If he
running
tripped
away.
If he
And he
tripped
looked
over a controller, I would be mad. I mean, he made it out alive.
Yeah.
But, like, if he just injured himself from tripping over the control, I would be so mad.
I mean, in
But,
all
yo,
honesty, because the way it's worded, right? It sounds like the guy was still running after he killed himself, or after he. How do I say this on Twitch? After after he turned the gun on himself.
After he went offline.
Yeah, after he went offline.
After he logged off. After he logged off.
After
The
he
guy was
logged
still
off.
running, and then he injured himself. That's what it sounded like.
That's what it sounded like too. And that's why I was just like, what? How? Like how? Why? I would be upset if that is how.
Unless he got shot and aggravated his own injuries. But that's.
I mean, he's alive. He's alive.
He's alive. That's all that matters. But
He
he is also
All
traumatized.
that matters.
How are you? I am good. We are watching true crime stories. Right now we are watching it is Coffee House Crime. We're watching his channel. And this one is about a pro gamer who became a murderer.
Pro gamer from hell.
And I am with the red and blue chaos right next to me on the at left. We're gonna call it left.
The red and blue
Right
chaos.
there. The red and blue chaos. And then we have Mo.
Hello.
Mono Michi.
Hello.
I forget her name is, what is it? Mo Asteri or whatever?
Atsity.
Atsity. I'm my bad.
You're good. You're good. It's okay.
That's the manager. She be there.
I like how I came up with both of your names.
Huh?
I like how I helped come up with both of your names.
Yeah, you really did.
It's very funny. So just saying, don't forget about me, you know.
We mentioned you first.
Huh?
Shut up.
I mentioned you.
I meant for the future.
We're not you that would just
We're
forget,
not
okay?
you.
I'm
We
sorry,
should
I
be
have
saying that to
early
you.
onset selective memory.
That's my thing, not yours.
No, mine's a selective though.
Oh, I just have memory loss.
That's
I'm
just
doing that.
another way of saying convenient.
Gotcha, she said hello. You guys have to say hello.
Hi.
Yeah, right now
Yes,
Cam is streaming.
Sashi.
Cam is streaming on his channel. So like if you wanna like watch him there too. Like I should link his thing, but like
I'm not real.
shut up.
Listen.
I'm gonna use the shout out command because I'm special.
I think it's just slash shout out.
Yeah.
Slash for like
That
there you
that'd
go.
be him.
Like the Digimon? Shoutmon?
But he is streaming.
You guys don't get that reference, do you?
No.
Hush. And then Mo, she's not streaming yet.
Yet.
Yes, Sashi, thank you for the follow.
She's gonna start streaming eventually.
Eventually.
So like tomorrow?
No.
No.
Next year.
How do I
probably.
spell your name again?
MO, and then there's an underscore,
Mm-hmm.
and then
ATZIRI.
RI. Yeah.
Okay. Only one shout out can be active at a time. Please wait a minute and try again later. What?
It's okay. There's literally nothing there. There's literally
Yeah, what are
nothing
you shouting
there.
out?
It's fine. It's fine. There's nothing to shout out.
I had to
There's
go
no
use,
content.
I have to go and use the other one. She's a tweeter right now. She's a V tweeter.
Yeah, V-tweeter.
An aggressive V tweeter.
And
I
retweeter.
worry sometimes.
That apparently is a thing.
Oh no. Microsoft Windows is not responding. Okay, there we go.
Thank you for the hydrate. Mo underscore Atsidi.
She's an aggressive V tweeter. I'm scared for her health because like sometimes it'd be looking like you're chronically on Twitter and I'm concerned.
It's okay.
What do you mean it's okay?
No, I work. It just be days that, that I'm bored. But
It's okay, I work.
It's okay. I'm still getting my bills paid. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Anywho.
Elijah had long frustrated him, and after losing to him, he couldn't handle it anymore. Couple this
I
with
think
OCD,
he came
amongst other
to the
issues,
place with a
which
Glock
seems
already
fairly likely.
in his hand.
But this doesn't
Did they not,
explain
like,
why
In
he
his bag.
purchased 2
have
guns
checks for
shortly
that?
before the tournament,
No.
or why he bought them with him. So perhaps there was some sort of premeditation involved.
Man,
Gunfire
premeditated.
was first reported on social media
Yeah,
at
fair. I'm
1:34
chronically on
p.m.
Discord.
and only 2
But
minutes
I'm not
later,
animated. You know what?
police
That's fair.
responders arrived at the bar, and what they found was a crime scene full of terror. The Firefighters Union had been training in the area when victims had run up to them for help. They could help secure the scene very quickly with the assistance of officers. And due to
That's
the bad
crazy. Imagine
location,
going
the
from
Coast
like
Guard was
training
also
to
called in to sweep the
on-field
surroundings
experience
away.
on the
I
same
know.
day.
Alright, guys, it's just a drill. Somebody has died. Many people have died. We have to hurry.
The attack, and there they found David, Elijah, and Taylor dead at the scene. David's body count could have been much higher, but thankfully, 10 of his 12 victims survived the attack.
Aww.
Even still, 2 innocent lives had been lost in the process, and now 2 families, along with countless friends and fans,
At least
would now
10
have to deal with
survived.
their loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robertson, also known as Spot Me Please, was born
He
on
had a
November
baby,
26,
no.
1990.
Yeah.
He was a professional
He had a
NFL
baby.
player from Bollard, West Virginia. Taylor was a 2009 graduate of James Monroe High School, was a standout athlete at school, and Athlete of the Year in his senior year. He was also an accountant and credit analyst working for First Community Bank.
Well,
Elijah
shit.
Payton, also known as True Boy, was born on June the 19th, 1996. He too was a professional player from Woodlands Hill, California. He attended Calabasas High School and played for their football team in his younger years. Tragically, he decided to attend the event very last minute, as up until the day before, he had no plans to go. Bringing modern technology to the discussion, but one aspect of the investigation that I found to be very fascinating was Jacksonville Police Department's 3D modeling. This video was
Oh,
created using thousands of
fancy.
images.
I was looking at that. I'm like,
to
is my
accurately
video going
portray
crazy?
A virtual model of the crime scene. After entering the building and then panning around the pizza restaurant, you can see the area in which David had taken his own life. To the left and down the hallway is where he'd previously shot Elijah.
Oh.
Sadly,
Oh.
this model captures how chaotic the scene was after.
There was
With
some
David
blurred
kept
stuff
dead,
there.
would obviously be no trial or court proceedings for the individual, but many lawsuits
That means there were
erupted
still
on the
active
vacancy.
biohazards on the floor.
The aftermath of this story is unfortunately very messy and confusing, as nobody actually knew about David's mental health issues until after it was all too late. And of course, many questions followed. It turns out that, despite all of his former mental health problems, David had legally purchased a couple of handguns just 2 weeks before the shooting from a shop in Maryland. And that was just the tip of the iceberg, because what followed was the revelation of his long and complicated history with antipsychotics, antidepressants, and his mother.
Let me guess, he wasn't taking
Summarizing
them.
what we discussed earlier, but David had been diagnosed with dysthymia and oppositional disorder, was previously on a wide range of antidepressants and antipsychotics, had witnessed a traumatic divorce between his parents, had a very problematic relationship with his mother, and had attended more than several mental health institutions. And arguably, but one of the most concerning details is how young David was when he began to take antidepressants and antipsychotics. He was only 13 at the time, which was a time when he had a lot of physical and mental development ahead of him. The use of antidepressants is not usually recommended in children and young people under the age of 18.
Oh, they messed him
And
up.
there are dozens of studies that even argue adverse effects on patients between 18 to 24 years old. David was 5 and 11 years younger than these recommendations, respectively, and it's essential to address the bias in his life too. David's mother was a toxicologist working for the US Food and Drug Administration, and to add to this, she was a strong advocate for the use of antidepressants and antipsychotics. Now, this isn't necessarily a wrong opinion to have, but arguably, her strong bias led her to enforce the use of drugs on her son when he didn't necessarily need them. Bearing in mind that David's
Isn't that
father was
ironic?
firmly against the use of drugs,
Crazy.
and even argued that therapy would have been a much safer method. Several other red flags come to mind too. We can't forget that Elizabeth enrolled her son in healthcare facilities without first securing permission of the court. And in addition to this, she denied David's father visitation rights. To add to this was David's letter to the judge, which was a cry for help. David believed that his mother was abusive, a liar, and often unnecessarily called the police on him. And while exaggeration may be at play to David's letter, there is likely some form of truth behind it. Now, honestly, I wish I could stop there, but I think the next part of this story
There's
is
more?
what surprised me the most. In October 2004, the FDA, which is Elizabeth's employer, ordered a black box warning for SSRI antidepressants for anyone under the age of 18 because of the risk it brings to suicidal thoughts. Just 2 years later, when David was 13 years old, he was prescribed Lexapro, which was listed as an antidepressant under the FDA's black box warning. All of this information is publicly available through the cat's family court records, and it appears that Elizabeth knew exactly what David was being prescribed. Honestly, this whole situation sounds fucked. Now, there is no justification for David's actions, and nobody knew what he was capable of doing in Jacksonville. But mental health is likely one of the most prudent areas.
So his mom.
Yeah, his mom fucked him over. For like.
His mom, who worked for the FDA, right? Who 2 years prior knew that this stuff was not supposed to be given to a child of his
Or to
age.
anybody at all.
Oh, still be going outside. I can't watch your stream. I'll be ever patient. Bye bye. Bye,
You said-
Ball and Red. Have a great day. Bye, Asha.
Oh,
bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Yeah, no, this is some serious stuff going on. But like his mom, who 2 years prior to giving him this stuff, knew that it wasn't supposed to be given to kids his age, still went and prescribed it to him. Had it prescribed it. And she's not facing jail time?
No, she will be.
America,
She
am I
will
right?
be. She will be. That's child neglect.
That is.
Yeah, that's child abuse.
Also, Need for Speed has jump scares. What?
Interference during David's childhood may have strongly influenced the actions that he committed in August of 2018. Following the Jacksonville landing shooting, more than 50 lawsuits were filed, assigning blame for the deaths, wounds, and traumas. The 10 people who were shot and injured all reported a mix of physical and emotional damage, and many asked why and how such a tragedy was allowed to happen.
Emotional
Electronic
damage.
Arts, the companies that managed Jacksonville Landing and provided security, owners of Chicago Pizza, the owners of Good Luck Have Fun Bar, and even the website operator where gamers had to register to compete, have all been sued in front of 9 separate circuit court judges. Personal injury lawyers have argued that security procedures used
Yeah, it was probably just like, oh yeah, another
football matches make
another suing. Let me just file this away with the rest.
I think that was the first of many, which is why they have such shitty practices now.
And the crime scene photos. David had been carrying one firearm in his waistband and another in his backpack. It has also been questioned why David was able to purchase 2 firearms with such a history. But no matter which way you look at it, or whom you blame, the results are all the same. 2 lives were lost, and many more were scarred. And Elijah Clayton and Taylor Robertson paid the ultimate price for a long and complex relationship between David and his
Be careful who you bully, kids.
It feels strange to say this at the
Exactly.
beginning, but both men died doing what they loved. They were professionals in their field and had much more going on in their lives. And for their deaths to be so early, abrupt, and caught on live stream is tragic. I hope their families and friends find peace in the future. Hi there folks, and thank you so much for watching another video today by Coffee House Crime. Thank you so much for making it this far, and if you'd like to watch more videos by me, then you know what to do. Now please be sure to leave your thoughts on this case down below, like and subscribe to support the channel, and I'll see you again very soon.
Like and subscribe.
But until we see each other again, please remember to look after each other and stay safe. Thank you, and goodbye.
I do like how all of his videos end with the in memory of.
Yeah, that's so nice.
It's so cute.
That's actually very thoughtful.
Cute.
It low-key kind of reminds me of like another thing that me and Cam watch. You know how like when you're watching like the horror movies and like they'll have like the death counter. I don't know why it reminded me of that.
You're thinking of dead meat?
Huh?
You're thinking of dead meat?
Is that what that is?
Yeah, when...
When he counts how many deaths happen in a horror movie?
Yeah, that's dead meat.
Oh my god.
Is it that me?
Yeah.
That's so bad.
I love.
Because these are
Wasn't it
love
Kill
dead meat
Count?
too. Yeah, Kill Count, but the channel's name is Dead Meat.
Oh, I love their channel. For their Kill Count series.
I also love Found Flicks.
Think you might have autism? Take the self-test.
Wait, what is Mindseed TV? I like how the
What
I like
is-
how the ad for Genshin is above that too.
You know what? It's been confirmed. It's that confirmed.
Wait, let's watch the other one.
The vending machine one.
Oh no, I was gonna say Mr. Ballin.
Oh, Mr. Ballin. Okay.
Just because he has a slightly more interesting personality.
No, you don't find Mr.
Oh no, he is, but Mr. Ballin is. He's a bit of a character. You know what I mean? He's a bit of a character.
Oh.
Okay, give me 1 second. I gotta go potty. But
Go
I shall-
potty.
I gotta go potty. Have some lo-fi to calm your nerves.
And let me turn off. Batman. That's what all the cool kids are saying, right?
I thought
Exactly.
the cool kids said that back then.
Yeah, and they still say it now, right?
I don't know.
Like like what's poppin', B?
I thought the dads say that now.
Am I a dad? What's happening?
I hope not.
Is this the singularity? But yeah, but what's Mind CTV?
What's a CCTV TCC?
A CCTV is a TV that it's a horror channel. If you like scary videos and tech reviews, you're in the right place. Mind CTV is dedicated towards exploring haunted locations and attempts to. Never gonna try that. But yeah, I'm looking at the channel right now.
Oh.
This video will scare you. Real poltergeist activity. Something in the basement. Scariest ghost footage ever. Hike to Devil's Tree and use the Ouija board.
Not the Ouija board.
As a black person, I would never ever touch a Ouija board.
As a person that has superstitions and family superstitions, I will also never touch a Ouija board.
Because
even though it's technically part of my job, but
I don't give a fuck. But like, what you call it? If I know you, and you use a Ouija board, do not talk to me. Do not associate with me.
I don't know you anymore.
I don't.
I don't know you anymore.
Because if some shit hops over to me through the phone, or through me talking to you, we're both going down. Some faster than the other.
That's crazy coming from
the demon. Yeah. You know, I only mess with demons lower than me. Not demons above me.
So the Ouija board only connects you to like the elite?
Yeah, it connects me to the seventh circle of hell.
Is that why you mess with me?
Yeah, you're like in like the 0.5 stratum.
I think she's in a different category altogether.
I mean, she's like close to the elder gods, but not too close.
Not too close.
Far enough to where like I still
far
have
enough to say,
a little bit of power over her.
I fucks with you.
What? You have what over me?
I mean,
I
am a half demon prince.
Uh-huh.
But we're not gonna talk about that yet. That's for the lore video.
This is a revelation to me.
You've seen my hollow at the shit.
I sure did. In fact, let me play. No, let me stop.
I will actually throw up on stream.
And then you'll pull up mine, and then I will throw up on stream.
Wait, why are we throwing up?
Hololive editions. What's going on? Well, Bo is in Cam stream. God, I almost called you a different name for a second.
Who are you gonna call me?
I don't know, but it wasn't. It wasn't your name.
Yes,
Yeah,
Ken.
Bo was in Cam stream, and he wants us to watch a ghost hunting channel. What is the matter with Hololive? Oh, nothing's wrong with Hololive.
I love Hololive.
Yeah.
I'm their almost worst supporter.
Yeah. we love Hololive. We've auditioned for Hololive in the past, but our auditions were both bad. Mine, I know for a fact, was horrible.
You know how I know? You know how I know my audition wasn't bad?
How do you know?
They didn't even look at it, so they can never say it's good or bad.
Yeah, I don't think they even looked at mine either, because I think that still has like 0 views to this day. Yeah.
But mine's each channel does look entertaining. You know what? I might audition again.
I might.
So let's get me up to 1,000 followers.
I mean,
Don't let my dreams be a dream.
I don't know if I would ever want to go corporate if I get to the level where I can go corporate.
I just want to be entertaining.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
I mean, I think I'm entertaining enough. I'm entertaining a number of people that I can't see right now.
And I am too, I assume.
Yes, you are. You are entertaining me and everybody else.
Yeah.
We have a combined power of like 12 people.
Let's go.
Exactly.
See?
And you'll add one more from me, eventually.
You mean 30?
Me 30.
I mean, Mo's gonna have more viewers than the both of us.
Exactly. So you'll add 30 more people.
That is a lie. No.
I mean, you are actually making friends.
No.
And networking.
I mean, not even, because it's not like I talk to them like that, if that makes sense.
I don't know, them replies be sounding different.
Like, the only person that I'd say that I'm like networking with, and they're not even like a VTuber, it's just an artist that we just get along very well.
You and Mr. Buttwings and your and Megan.
Bizarre Bub, Top 5, Twin Paramount, and Monty. Okay. I'm gonna keep those names.
He's in the stratosphere. I'm still down at Earth, so.
Interesting. I see.
I think the only cool people that I barely interact with on Twitter is Nep and Sofa.
Oh yeah, I forget that we are friends with Sofa.
Yeah.
And like when Sofa interacts with me, I'm just like, oh my god. And I'm like, wait a minute, we're mutuals. I shouldn't be like this. And then I'm just like, but the numbers be going crazy.
The numbers don't add up.
And then like with a couple of my VTuber siblings, well, previous VTuber siblings, like Kage and Kai, I messaged them and I'm like, okay, they're not gonna respond to me. They're never gonna respond to me. And then they respond to me and I'm just like, what do I help?
The numbers, Jesse. What do they mean?
Wow, Cam and I, we're just like,
hi.
We have the luxury of having like a barrier between our siblings.
Yeah, there is a very strong barrier.
Yeah, y'all have
there is
a
very thick language barrier.
The best I can say to them, honestly,
is konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa, ohayou gozaimasu. Nihongo wa skoshi wakarimasu.
There you go.
Sumimasen.
And when they announce important stuff, omedetou.
Omedetou.
Omedetou gozaimasu.
Are you gonna lie to me?
Yatta.
Yatta. I need to learn Japanese again.
Minasan, gabbate.
And somebody needs to know how to talk.
All I know is you know Nissan because it's a car.
Randomly problems with my shoes, but like Jeez, we have been friends for like forever. I don't even remember how we became friends. I just know it was through Mello. That's it. So like, if I pop in, it's because I pop in. I am a nobody.
You're somebody to me.
Oh, thank you. Stop! You have me cheesing like an idiot. I'm gonna fight you.
What did I do?
Now you're happy. Exactly. That's how you know I'm a nobody. I'm just me. See?
Yep, Rie Nikawa.
Yes, Rie Nikawa. Red Blue is right. You know, no, he's not. Cam is not right. He's wrong. He's always wrong.
There are some things I'm right about, like me being the nobody.
No. You're the better streamer. It's just that you don't stream often.
Lies.
Now, what do you mean?
Lies.
You are the
Guys in Heavy Chat, vote for your streamer.
Red Blue is chat. Exactly. See, people are voting in my chat. They're saying that you're better.
The cap on this app location.
Yeah, I know. It's terrible. You'll be okay.
Because I know there are times when I'm streaming and I'm just like dead quiet. I'm just like, damn. Words. Say words, you idiot.
Yeah, but that happens to everybody.
Yeah. But you would think as like the
About
one
her
who's been
kids.
streaming longer.
Okay, here's something about that, Bo. Listen here, Linda.
Yeah, Javi, what about your tier 3 subs?
You and Gordon did not have to go and do that. You actually did not. All I asked for is for you to
Why did I
watch
Wakuda say?
and you guys were just like, no. We're gonna make you cry by tier 3. And you know what? Thank you. Because without you guys, I wouldn't have been able to make purchases for game.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Yeah. I also like put all my money that I get from streaming back into like streaming and supporting other people. So I'm about to do something. What are you about to do? If you're gonna give Cam a tier 3 sub, I will join you.
Please don't though.
Please do.
Don't hurt me.
Do it.
I'm very fragile. I know I might be a demon, but inside,
No, he is
I'm also
fragile.
half human. Think about that.
I don't remember. Mo, was he ticklish? Mo. Is she muted?
She might be.
She is. Dang it.
Wait, what happened?
Is Cam ticklish? I don't remember.
Very, 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 very,
Yes.
very, so very.
I don't remember something. Kind of rude to say that one person is better than the other. You know what? It is weird.
As manager, I say they are both great.
Give
them all your money.
We constantly fight over who's the better talent. I always say that it's him, and then he says it's me.
Because it is you.
No, it's not.
Duck season.
Huh?
Duck season.
Duck season? What do you mean duck season?
Rabbit season.
Duck season.
Rabbit season.
Duck season.
Rabbit season.
Duck season.
Rabbit season.
Duck season.
Rabbit season.
Rabbit season.
What? Duck season.
Alright, fine. You've never seen that before?
It's a skit from Looney Tunes.
Oh!
The second you said what, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep going with this.
I thought that this was some obscure code for somebody, and I'm like, who are they referring to? I do not know.
He was like making 10 million calculations,
and they were
none of them were adding up.
They were all wrong.
For it to be a stupid cartoon reference.
Why are we like this? Okay, I need you two to get your VTuber models like ASAP. I need you guys to be able to wiggle on screen with me. I can't be the only ones like moving.
I don't
It's
know.
okay.
I
I
look like a
still
bad
have to
bitch like
pay.
this.
Huh?
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 Repeat that?
Huh?
Cameron, what the
Bring it
fuck?
back.
What happened?
Cameron, what the fuck?
That's crazy.
How? 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 How?
Message
How?
received. What message was received? What did you do?
Look at the tweet.
What did you tweet?
I didn't tweet. He
Bo,
tweeted.
What
don't
did you
do
tweet?
it. Don't do
Midstream
it, Bo.
summons? Why are you? What did you summon for?
Don't, man.
Your bank account should be fine. You know what? Oh, don't mind. Yay.
Bo, don't hurt your bank.
PNG supremacy. You know what? I could go to PNG, but like,
I mean, on my screen, you're a PNG, and that's all that matters.
yeah, I want to wiggle around. I need them to wiggle around. You know what? I'm doing this wrong. I am doing this wrong. I shouldn't even have you guys on my screen. You know what I should have? You know what I should have?
I mean, technically, you could put our models on stream.
I could, but I don't want Papa Mao to be mad at me. He's doing me justice. Not you guys. He's doing me justice.
I should just do a jump scare of my model.
I mean, I can put yours up here.
Wait, let me see if I can.
But I do have your model, like.
All right, guys. This is supposed to be a secret, right?
No! I threw him in the trash.
Hmm? You threw me in the trash?
I did.
That's unfortunate.
I need you to be like on my.
Let me find my model.
Okay, do I have to move myself? I do. There we go.
That's right, guys. Wait, oops. That really was a jump scare.
Let me see.
The way it like went off screen.
Oh, you just like popped up.
That's right, guys. It's me.
Red blue chaos.
It's me. You're about to commit war crimes. Why?
Why are you gonna commit war crime?
But yep, it's
I
me.
have to do the self-care. Hi, Spider.
Red and blue chaos without the blue.
Oh, there he is.
Oh. In all of the glory.
This is me.
I mean, I can pull him up on my stream.
It's funny, right? Because I most definitely like I was like, should I do a voice changer for it? And I was like, nah. That's gonna be 100% my actual voice.
Sweat. Guys, Spider redeemed self-care. You gotta hydrate, you gotta stretch, and you gotta posture check. It's the law.
Oh, I already did that. Like,
you gotta do it now.
I did do self-care. I summoned for Domon.
I just did that.
Oh my god.
And then Dioscuri.
No.
Like, no, I was doing it as he was redeeming it. I'm like, oh.
It's pain. You know what, Spider? Me too. I gotta go to work tomorrow. And oh, hi. Hello. But yeah, work is pain. I don't like working anymore. I hate it. The paycheck doesn't even like make me happy anymore. I feel sad.
Capitalism, am I right?
Capitalism, am I right? I mean, guys, Mo, I didn't tell you. I got a commission. One of my favorite artists opened her commissions, and I was like, can I like know if you open, pretty please? And she was like, yeah, I'll let you know. And then she messaged me today, and she was like, hi, my commissions are open. Here's the link. And I was just like, oh my god. So I put in 2 commissions. And she was like, I love your model. She's pretty. And I cry.
You cry.
I cry.
Wait, actually, have you go to Mal's website.
Yeah, Papa Mao. Hold on.
Yeah, we need to show.
I need to get a commission.
Fuck the crime.
Wait, hold on. I gotta open up on my other thing.
But I won't be able to see it.
Yeah, we gotta show Papa Long.
Yeah, I gotta go to my Twitter. I gotta open my Twitter on my other thing because I signed into Chrome on my other account.
Everything in the future is chrome. Which is why all the Paradox Pokemon from Violet look
I
alright.
forgot Mao follows me. Where's his card?
It's no, he doesn't have a card. It's a Wix website.
Oh, right. Okay, so we go to his Wix. It's Mao.
It's my VTuber artist, Papa, Mama.
That is also my VTuber artist, Papa.
Yeah,
Mama.
he drew. Hold on. He drew. Hold on. I'm gonna make myself bigger so that you can see the dockies. Oh no, I need to stop like messing with them. But like he drew them. Like look at them. That's where they are on my. I did spin to my hair. Like they're on my. There they are. I am proud.
I haven't done an art stream in a while, now that I think about it.
You should do more art streams.
I should get better at arting.
Me too.
How did what? I pressed the wrong toggle, but it worked anyways. I just wanted this one, but I saw like hearts, and I was just like, okay, I didn't need to read any more than that.
What happened?
I put out.
She pulled out the ninth toggle.
Yeah.
Oh, Stabby. Stabby Heavy.
I mean,
that's what they'll call her.
The saxophone came on. I had to. Oh, the head pats. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I have to like manually toggle it. There you go. Anywho, so this is Mao. Mao Ron. Papa Mao, as I call him. He is not my VTuber dad at all.
He's my dad.
He's my dad.
He is my godfather.
Father-in-law?
Father-in-law? Maybe. Father, mother-in-law? I don't know.
Eternally grateful.
Eternally grateful. But yeah, this is Mao's works. He has a lot of kids. But if we
all 8 of us.
All 8 of us.
More than me. But if we scroll, it's a Sensayonshi. His kid with two
two sickness.
Two illnesses. That tweet was amazing.
And then the Moatsi. Look at her. Look at her.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What did Harry say? The last time that the first time that she saw him, she was like, oh, he put his whole.
Now was he?
No, it didn't scroll down all the way. I mean, but like, we did. Beautiful, yes. I know. Beautiful, both of them.
I got drip, yo.
Ew, shut up. Why did you say it like that? But that's the mouth. That's the mouth. Yeah. We like Mao here.
Now to go to Kiwi.
Why you gotta say it like that?
We gotta go to Kiwi.
You got something against my mom? You got something against
He's
my mom?
mad because now he has no reason not to send for you.
He got something against my mom.
I don't even know what happened. I just made a statement.
Why you say it like that?
That's how I talk.
No. You sound a bad dude.
You have to excuse him. He has 2 illnesses he has to deal with.
You're right, he does have 2 illnesses. So this is Kiwi. This is my mom. We're gonna go to her works. I'm not on here because this is like some of her other. These are some of her other works. But there's a lot of us. There's a lot of us. so here's Kai. That was her first model. Then we have Kage. We got a couple other siblings too.
I don't remember all of their names though.
That I don't, cause they. I haven't seen all of them. Cause I know them all. Cause I know who she is. For sure, but I don't remember her name off the top of my head. And I know Irie is a recent child.
Huey has a lot of bunnies. She got the air bunny, she got the sea bunny, she got the void bunny.
Yeah. And then we have
And that's
Kimmy. She has a lot.
Bunny.
Bunnies. Oh, and then Kimi. Oh, let me bring this tab over here for a minute. You guys aren't gonna be able to see it, but actually, let me open this on here. It's not gonna show all of it. Ah! Good
So
Lord.
bright.
That is so bright. That is so bright.
That's brighter than my
kills us.
Okay, we're gonna put that down. That was brighter than the sun. Oh Lord. Anywho, let me actually open her Twitter on the other tab and just switch the Discord capture because my eyes.
Bald. My eyes.
Okay, there we go. Now you guys can see. So. That's the white pages. So, one of my siblings is having a re-debut.
Uh-huh.
White pages, not whatever you thought it was. But here's another sister. Nico. Her model was cute. I like it. I know she had her debut recently. She also has a swimsuit too, which is very cute. Actually, she has her sweater, which is toggable.
Oh, I like that one.
Very lewd.
Yeah, she had a lot of expressions. And she was working on her for a while.
I imagine.
Yeah. Do I have... Let me see. I need to know, do I have... I'm gonna turn off the caption for like 2 seconds. So I'm gonna double check and see what, huh?
What?
What happened? Who did what? Who did that? Hold on. I'm going to tab back to OBS. What did y'all do? Okay, so I do have my Instagram up, which is good. Okay, but what did y'all do? Who did that?
Who is it, y'all?
Why did you Cam, you got a sub.
I got a what?
You got a sub. You got gifted a sub.
Oh, wow. Yay! I was like, what?
Let me turn off the hearts for a moment. Why? We're just chilling here. Why is this bright? Why is this bright?
I don't think Instagram has a dark mode.
Oh boy. Okay. No, it should. Hold on. Like dig in the settings. It actually does not. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Anywho, what we actually came over here for. Okay, I need to stop flipping around the tabs. I want Huey. There she is. Because she posts all her kids here. There we go. Now you guys can see.
That's a lot of kiddos.
Yeah, there's a lot. And that was my second outfit. And we have Kai's second outfit. Oh, her third outfit might have been. Yeah, no, there is a lot.
Besides you, she's my favorite, the sea bunny.
Yeah, no, I really like her model. It's pretty. And then there's me.
Get you.
And we have Imperial. We have. I forget. I know Alexis. That's her name, Alexis. Lexi.
you need bits.
But yeah, no, there is a lot of us. There's Lexi, the second one. There's Koneko.
You need to quench your hunger.
Yeah, no, I think there's more in here. Yeah, there's the old ones. This is like going deep into the
deep into the archives.
Oh yeah. That's my mom. I don't see Fifi's model on here, but you probably never showcased it. Hold on a minute.
Oh my god.
Wow. On a bike?
On a bike.
She put it on a bike.
That's
They did surgery on the grape.
They just She put herself on a bike. Anywho.
She turned it into a bike. Funniest shit I've ever seen.
Bike. But yeah, that. What were you looking at over there? And how much is it? What? How much is what? How much was her model?
They're trying to be like you for real, for real.
I don't think her prices have changed. I can send her card. I may or may have not messaged her about getting a second model.
Or second outfit. Oh, well, would it be a second completely different model?
It'd be a completely different model.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I could message her about getting a second outfit, but... Ow! Bo. Why are you throwing stuff at me? I didn't do anything.
Yaga!
I didn't do anything today. Also, if you need bits, go buy bits. And then spend them on cam.
Nah,
Yeah, spend them on cam.
you don't have to.
Yeah.
In fact, you shouldn't.
He be looking a bit thirsty over there.
He does. He does look
Do I?
thirsty. Yeah.
I'd say I'm pretty fine, actually.
No. He actually needs the bits. I can tell you right now.
Do I need them?
Yeah, for your delicious rigging, delicioso PC.
Yeah, he does. Don't worry. Your bits will fund his new PC.
And rigging.
I commit war crimes. Oh yeah, Gordon's bits are preserved because he has a subathon to go to. Yeah. Anywho, we got off track. We got off topic. We should be watching the Tool Crime.
Yeah, the Tool Crime.
The Tool Crime. Tool Crime stories. Right, Kim?
Yeah.
Kim? Yep. Kim.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like I'm doing it alone. No, don't worry. You can wait. You can wait for it. I'm back to watch it. I don't trust y'all. Need to behave. Watch peacefully, please.
Wait, what happened?
No, they're threatening me with money.
As they should.
No, as they shouldn't. Why? Why, Gordon? Why? Why would you do this to me? Why? Why would you do this to me? Okay, Gordon, I'm gonna stop. Close your ears. Close your ears. It's the funny aura. Close your ears. You want me to be undeafen on Discord or deafen? I usually deafen. You guys care? I mean, it's you too, so it doesn't matter.
I'll be fine.
You'll be fine? I mean, they're not good.
I'll be fine.
Uh-huh. Anyway. Mo.
Hi.
Block your ears.
Okay.
Making me put down my body pillows for this. Ada.
Me too, buddy. You okay? Sound like you threw up a little bit.
Okay, well, you're good to come back. Wait, did she actually deafen? Oh, she did. She did.
Yeah, see, I don't think it was worth all that trouble.
She actually deafened.
Because you're supposed to.
Oh, she's server deafened. There you go.
Why did I have to cover my ears again?
It was the aura.
The aura?
The aura.
Oh!
Yeah.
I think that was an overreaction, but
It's over. Of course I overreacted.
I thought something bad happened. I'm like, ah.
You see, I'm glad that Mo asked for it. She was like, I'm not asking questions, I'm gonna do it. Thank you. Anywho, murder.
Back to murder.
Back to murder.
Back to balling.
Back to ball. We didn't even start balling.
There's so much content.
Oh, these are all a year ago. Let's get something recent, shall we? They didn't know they were being watched.
Oh, now I remember the parade you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It was the worst babysitter one.
The paranormal event with proof. I want to. For some reason, I just want to touch the hole.
I have trypophobia, allegedly.
Like it just makes you want to go poke.
Oh, I remember the girl that died twice.
That's crazy. Imagine dying twice.
It was very
You get another chance
unfortunate.
at life and you die again.
Mm-hmm. They had to make a special law because of him.
The monster in her bedroom was real.
Hmm. Well, that one is for mature.
Let's let chat decide. This surely won't go
Would you
wrong.
like to look
Surely
about the monster?
Well, Plan B. Plan B.
So the holes?
Plan A failed. What was Plan A? I don't like the holes. The holes scare me. The holes scare me. I kind of want to watch this one.
Sure.
You want to watch this one?
Sure.
What is Plan B and Plan A?
Before you start your holiday shopping, don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this first.
No.
In early 2014,
I'm gonna give all of my money to Amazon.
a little town in Oregon conducted a search of a huge 20-acre farm tucked away inside of a forest. A local man had gone missing recently, and this farm was one of the few places they knew he had been. Very quickly into this search, a deputy was walking around the outside of the barn when he saw something strange on the ground. At first, he had no idea what it was, but as he got closer, it became very obvious. Not only would this discovery become front-page news all across the country, but it would also lead investigators to discover something much more sinister going on in that little town. But before we get into that story, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you come to the right place because
I think we watched this video.
Did we? Oh wait, I did.
Oh. I watched somebody else watch this video, but I don't know if this is the same video. I mean, it doesn't matter. You know? Watchalongs are for the commentary we make on the videos. Did my computer freeze?
I think my stream disconnected.
Oh.
Uh-oh. That'll do, pig.
That'll do.
Okay. Are we back? We're back. We're good?
I don't know.
I am exist.
I think we're good.
Come on, you can do it.
Yeah,
It won't load on my computer.
It won't load? Hold on, let me restart the,
Wait. Oh, there you go. We're good.
I'll restart the thing on Discord too.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Okay. But I think I know what this one is because I think we watched it.
Oh, we did watch it.
Yeah, but I wasn't really paying attention.
She had a great job working as an engineer, and she lived in one of the most exciting cities in the world, San Francisco, California. But Susan was not happy. Moving to the big city.
Yeah, we watched Peg watch this yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
Oh well.
Deep down, Susan
yeah,
had
it's
always
fine.
been someone who preferred peace and quiet and being alone.
things that were in rare supply in a big city like San Francisco.
Was it yesterday or like a
Many
couple days
nights
ago?
after work, Susan would come
It was
to her
yesterday.
apartment and she would sit there and dream about moving away from the city and living off the grid somewhere on a farm, you know, raise her own food and be totally self-sufficient, away from everybody else in the world. And then one day in 1991, when Susan was 43 years old, she made that dream a reality. That year, she wound up purchasing a 20-acre farm located in a forest in a little town in Oregon called Weimar.
I love how he
However,
sets up his
this
videos.
farm was really not a farm. There was nothing on it. There was no house for Susan to live in. There was no barn for her animals or tools. There was no running water, no electricity, no septic system. It was just pure Oregonian wilderness. But to Susan, it was perfect. The property kept her far away from other people, and she liked the idea of having to literally build her own farm. After all, she was an engineer by trade, so she actually knew how to build buildings efficiently and safely. And she was a big, strong, sturdy woman who was not afraid of manual labor. So when Susan
I like how
finally arrived in Weimar,
the credit
made
is
her
from
way up
Snapped.
the winding dirt road through the forest and arrived in front of her property and looked out at the vast, rugged landscape for the first time, she was filled with a rush of excitement. Even though there was nothing on her 20 acres, it already felt like home. Over the next several months, Susan would
Home is where the
transform
heart
these
is, as they
20
say.
acres into a neat
What
little
works?
farm, complete with a big barn and a shack for her to live in, and a few animal pens for livestock. However, after the farm was built, Susan realized that building the farm was actually not the hard part. The hard part was maintaining the farm, going out there every day and doing all of her chores, feeding all the animals and doing all the different projects she had in mind. It was exhausting. And
She
so
was like,
not
damn, this
long
farm got
after the
hands.
farm was complete,
It does.
Susan realized that as much as she wanted to be totally alone out there, she had to set that aside and hire some help. And so Susan printed out all of these help wanted flyers and put them all over town in Weimar. And before
And
long,
now the
people
wait.
began making their way up to her property
Wait,
to
what did you
inquire
do?
about the role. Most of these applicants were people who struggled to find work elsewhere, either because they lived a sort of transient lifestyle, bouncing around from place to place, so no one was ready to hire them long term, or because they had a criminal record and just straight up could not get a job. But Susan didn't care about either of those things. All she cared about was the people she hired would work hard and they would respect the peaceful, calm atmosphere she was fostering on her farm. Basically, do the work and leave me alone. And over the next 20 years, Susan would find dozens of people who were able to do just that. Most of them would work for Susan only for a short period of time. Others would stick around for a little bit longer, but eventually all of Susan's workers kind of rotated pretty quickly and moved on to other things. And when that happened, Susan would simply put up more help wanted flyers in town and hire more people. And in all the 20 years that Susan had been hiring these temporary workers at her farm, after they did move on and went somewhere else, Susan never heard about them again. However, that was about to change.
If you shop on Amazon, you should use this tool.
No.
Well placed advertisement. I was getting into it.
2014, Susan, who was 66 years old by this point, was outside of her shack out on her driveway.
She looks
to look up and see
like a
It
like.
looks like she works on the farm.
Yeah.
She lives in the middle of nowhere. No one comes
She got the
out to see
Chainsaw
her.
Man hoodie on.
This is a very rare event, and so Susan is totally keyed in on this car. In this car, they pull into her driveway, and then out of the car popped three young people. It was two young men and one young woman. And before Susan could even ask them who they were or why they were here, they were telling her. They said they were looking for their father, Robert Haney, who at one point had told them he was working on Susan's farm in exchange for a little cash, and also Susan was letting him park his camper on her property, and he was living in that camper. The kids said their father always checked in with them at least once every couple of months, but they had just gone this really long stretch without hearing from him, and since he didn't have a cell phone and no permanent address, they had no real way of getting in touch with him, and so they were
That's
out there
dangerous
looking for him
already,
to
I
make
feel.
sure he
It
was okay.
is.
And so they asked
Like,
Susan, do you
not
remember
hearing
our
from
dad,
him for
Robert? And if
months?
so, do you know where he is? Even though this whole situation was
Sounds
totally
like me and my
surprising to
family.
Susan, because she almost never got visitors, so that alone was kind of jarring for her. But when she heard the kids say their dad's name, Robert Haney, she immediately knew who that was. Susan told them that she had hired their father the previous spring to help build a structure on her farm. And initially, Robert was really nice to have around the farm. He worked really hard, he kept to himself, he was quiet, and he had a dog that was really friendly and loving. But in August of the previous year, so 5 months into Robert's employment on Susan's farm, Susan would tell them that their dad totally changed. He started drinking really heavily and not really working very much, and spending a lot of the day just kind of ranting and raving outside of his camper about how he wanted to exact his revenge on someone. Susan would eventually find out that what Robert was talking about is apparently one of his kids had been assaulted, and he felt very guilty that he had not been there to protect his child. And so the way Robert was handling this guilt was by drinking and thinking about getting his revenge on the attacker. Now, while Susan did understand why Robert felt the way he did,
None of this
why
seems
he was
real.
kind of acting the way he was, it didn't change the fact that Robert's behavior had become very disruptive on her farm, and the one thing Susan really wanted was peace and quiet. And so she decided she would have to go confront Robert about his behavior and potentially fire him if he couldn't find a way to calm down. But before Susan ever had to do that, Robert one day just walked right up to her shack. He handed her an envelope filled with cash, and he asked Susan if she wouldn't mind looking after his dog for a while. And Susan was so taken aback by his complete change in behavior and this request that she just took the envelope and said, "Okay, I'll look after your dog." And then Robert nodded as thank you. He turned around and he walked away from her. And then a few moments later, Susan's standing there with the envelope in hand, watching as Robert is climbing into some white car that had just pulled up in front of the property. She didn't know who was in the car with him, and then the car turned around and drove out of sight. Susan told the kids that that had happened back in September, so about 4 months ago, and since he left, she had not heard from him, despite the fact she still had his dog. And she told the kids that a lot of
there was one
stuff
other bowling
was
video
still in his camper.
that we watched, but I want Monty to watch it
Over
too.
to the side of her property where Robert's camper was, and when they went inside, sure enough, all their father's things were all over the place. But the one item that immediately stood out to them was their father's tool belt. They knew their father was a traveling handyman. That was how he made his living. And so it begged the question, why would he leave his tool belt here if he knew he was going to be gone for several months potentially? It didn't make any sense. After leaving Robert's camper, the kids thanked Susan and asked her to please be in touch if she learned anything else about their dad, and she said she would. And then the kids got back in their car, and they began driving south towards the Jackson County Sheriff's Office. When they got there, they asked to file a missing person report for their dad. However, they learned very quickly that it was going to be very challenging to locate their dad, because their dad lived this transient lifestyle with no cell phone, he had no permanent address, he had nothing that could really be traced. But the investigators agreed with Robert's children that their dad's absence was a big concern, given the fact that his last interactions with Susan had consisted of him drinking very heavily and talking about going and getting his revenge on his child's attacker. And so the sheriff and the deputies were very concerned that that was exactly what Robert had done. He had gone out and potentially murdered someone and now was in hiding. So they asked Robert's kids if they could think of absolutely anything that could possibly allow investigators to track down Robert. And at some point, one of the kids said, "Oh, what about my dad's EBT card?" EBT cards, or electronic benefit transfer cards, are like debit cards for state welfare services. You can use the cards to buy things like groceries, and the cards are definitely traceable. A few days later, when Robert's EBT card trace came back, investigators saw the card had been used just 1 month earlier in a Walmart located about 30 minutes southwest of
You know, something about 3 VTubers watching murder mysteries. It's just very strange to me.
Why?
But they had no other leads to operate on,
It's just
so
like the
they decided to
juxtaposition
go to the Walmart and see what they could find.
between
What is that supposed to mean?
the art and this very real person.
Where they were able to review the security footage from the previous month when Robert was supposed to be
we
there
like
with his
murder.
EBT card. But after reviewing hours and hours
We
and
like
hours of
reviewing
footage,
murder.
the investigators never saw Robert on camera. However, they did see Susan on camera, and unbelievably, she was the one using Robert's EBT card. Obviously, this was very suspicious, and right away the investigators left the Walmart, went back to their office, and began the process of getting a search warrant to search Susan's farm.
See, that was her mistake.
Last night, I decided I wanted to treat my family to a nice homemade dessert.
Sponsor
And so I headed to
time!
the grocery store and I picked up a trough of spoiled milk and a hammock of fermented herring, and then I headed home to blend the two
Delicious.
together to create a nice frappe milkshake. But right before I hit blend, I got a notification on my phone that said I had just spent $2,000 on swearatawalrus.com. Now, I love Swear at a Walrus as much as the next guy, but that website became so addicting for me. I was swearing at 50 walrus a night, and so I had to cancel that months ago. And so I knew that $2,000 charge could not be mine. Someone had stolen my credit card. But when I pulled out my 20-pound wallet, my credit card was still there. Well, it turns out the Dementor that was at the grocery store with me, who bumped into me as I was scooping up my spoiled milk, he wasn't just bumping into me, he was using his RFID scanner and scanning my wallet through my jeans and ripping off my credit card information. Yes, that's a real thing. People literally can scan your cards with a scanner through your pocket. Needless to say, after I discovered this, I canceled my credit card and I got a Ridge wallet. Ridge wallet has
They can have my money. I have nothing.
They can hold up to 12 cards.
They'll be stealing disappointment.
They are built with RFID blocking technology. So if you're like me and you're tired of Dementors stealing your credit card information with RFID scanners, then you need to get a Ridge wallet too. Get the best offer for Ridge with my link, ridge.com/MrBallin, and save up to 40%.
That's gonna be me one day.
That's the
With my RFID scan.
that's the code. We're supporting Mr. Ballin. There you go.
Is it of this year? This just came out?
Oh wait, it ended. Well, it's ending this month.
A few days later, on January 10th, the sheriff and his deputies arrived at Susan's property, and when they pulled onto her driveway, Susan came outside to greet them. When she asked them, what's going on, they told her, hey, we're here to search your property in connection with Robert Haney's disappearance. And before Susan could ask any more questions, the sheriff said to her, hold on, just turn around, let's go back inside, I need to talk to you privately. And so Susan, who was very shocked by this, just said, okay, and she turned around and led the sheriff
Okay.
to the house while the other deputies fanned out across the property to begin this big search. Once inside of Susan's house, they sat down in her kitchen, and right away the sheriff says to Susan, okay, I have you on camera using Robert's EBT card. I know you stole it, so you need to tell me where Robert is right now, or it's going to get a whole lot worse for you. And as soon as he said this, Susan's look of shock on her face quickly turned into a look of kind of relief. It was like suddenly she understood what was going on here. And she says to the sheriff, no, I didn't steal his EBT card. He gave it to me along with an envelope full of cash when he left 4 months ago, and he told me to use it to buy dog food for his dog that I'm looking after. And since Robert had been gone for all these months...
Excuse me?
I mean, it adds up.
Not that. We're gonna get to that in a moment. But excuse me?
Oh my god.
Did I miss something?
Yes,
Look at her chat. Oh my god.
Oh. Did somebody raid you?
No. No. I found out what Bo was doing. What?
What was he doing?
He gifted her 10 subs.
10 subs, bro. It's funny because I know everybody on that list too. Will got a sub.
Thank you. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs for Heavy.
Why is
Oh my god. That's 10 more.
That's okay.
That's 20. That's 20
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Oh lord.
Are we done?
Bring about the chaos.
Are we done?
Let them know no mercy.
Are we done? Are we done? Are we done? Are we done? Thank you. Thank you. I've been assaulted.
Thank you very
Dirty.
much, though.
No, don't. What are you doing?
Don't.
Look at that, you have number 3. You're number 3 now. Yay! No more. All done? All done? What? No, what? No, 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 no,
He was right about the war crimes.
no, 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 no more, no more. Oh my god, look at all the stream avatars on my screen now that everybody has. Thank you, Spider, for pitting the sippy cat. And what I love. Thank you. Thank you for pinning it. Wait, what did I just do? You pinned a message. You pinned Bo's message on the top. Ah, yes, thank you. Wait, what did I just do? Don't worry about it. You know, I wasn't saying do it to do it, but I won't stop. You know what? It is only intentional things happen here. Anywho, thank you, Bo, for the 20 gifted subs. We're eating really good today. Ah.
Thank
What
you.
What do we do?
Oh.
Okay, now give me no.
Yeah, let him cook. Let him cook.
No, what? Cook what?
Let him cook.
Cook what?
I'm just using Twitter terminology.
What are you cooking? What kind of concoction are you making? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm concerned. I'm concerned for my own safety.
You're fine.
Am I?
You're fine.
Am I?
You are.
Oh no, man.
She had run out of cash to pay for the dog food, and now was using the EBT card. Susan also added that if she had just stolen the card from Robert, she wouldn't be able to use it because it requires a PIN number, and Robert gave her the PIN number. That's how she was able to use it. The sheriff was not totally sold on Susan's story, and so he continued to ask more questions, trying to trip Susan up about how she came to acquire this card, but Susan was very firm that Robert had given her the card, and that was it. And so after several minutes, the sheriff realized that Susan was likely telling the truth, which meant the EBT card angle was
everything is under control, is it?
They would have to call off the search. But as the sheriff was standing up to leave the kitchen and leave the property altogether, a deputy from outside came running into the kitchen and without saying a word, just bent down and whispered something into the sheriff's ear. And as the sheriff is listening to this deputy, his face is contorting in disgust. He can't believe what he's being told. And after the deputy stands up and leaves the kitchen, the sheriff takes a deep breath and then looks at Susan and says, "Ma'am, you're going to have to come with us." Back at the station, a now very flustered Susan was led into a small interrogation room where she sat down looking totally anxious. She's looking around wondering what's going on, and then the sheriff walked into the room, immediately hit record on the camera, and then looked at Susan and says, "Has anyone died on your property?" The story that Susan would tell the sheriff that day in the interrogation room was so completely unexpected and horrific, it would make headlines all across the country. Before Susan began this story, she told the sheriff that everything she had said about Robert Haney's disappearance had been the truth. However, she had left
just going down the list of
out.
what?
After Robert had handed Susan that envelope full of cash and the EBT card, and then climbed into that stranger's car and driven away, after that, Robert had actually come back to her farm, and recently.
Stop. Before you do any holiday shopping this year,
I don't care about the holiday shopping. We had just gotten to the good part.
That's Robert.
Stop.
Susan said she discovered his return when one morning she got up and she went outside to go feed her animals, when she looked over at the pig pen and saw all the pigs who would normally be laying down and lounging around at that time of the day. They were all up and they had converged in one portion of the pig pen, and they had kind of formed a circle around something on the ground, as if they were all trying to look at something on the ground. Now, Susan said this was totally uncharacteristic, so obviously something weird was going on, and so Susan
What are you
dropped
looking at
her
on
food
Steam?
and rushed over to the fence. She climbed into the
You're
pig
going through
pen,
my wish
and
list.
as
Please
she got
don't.
closer and closer to all these pigs,
I don't
she
remember what I
realized
have
they
on
weren't
there.
just looking at something on the ground, they were eating something on the ground. And so Susan goes right up to this ring of pigs, and she begins pulling them aside, and then right in the middle
See, this
on
is the part that I
ground
remember.
is Robert. He was laying on his back, and his insides had all been torn out. It was like the pigs were disemboweling him, and the most shocking thing is Robert was still alive. He was moving his arm and groaning. Susan tried to pull the pigs off of Robert, but she said they kept coming back and really aggressively continued to eat Robert. It was like they were in this feeding frenzy. And so Susan said, you know, I thought about lifting him up and moving him, but Robert was practically split in two, and she felt like if she tried to move him, that would kill him anyways. And so Susan said she did the thing that she thought was right at the time. She left the pig pen, went into the barn, got a shotgun, ran back to the pig pen, raised the weapon, and fired it into Robert. Susan told the sheriff that this was purely an act of mercy. She was ending his suffering. After Robert was dead, Susan said she just left the pig pen, and then 3 days later, she went back into the pig pen with bags and collected the little bits of Robert that had not been eaten by her pigs. And then she took those bags of remains and chucked them into her barn on top of the trash pile. But clearly, Robert's remains had not remained in the barn, because the thing that deputy had whispered into the sheriff's ear when the sheriff was talking to Susan in the kitchen was, "Sir, we found a leg outside." It was Robert's leg.
Thank you. I'm going down my wish list. Oh, okay, good.
Trash pile, but out in the middle of her property, just out in the open.
You
Susan,
should buy
when
yourself
confronted
something.
with that
Sir,
suggested
we
that
found a leg
maybe
outside.
a wild animal had
I
gone
hate
into
the pin
barn,
system.
got hold of it,
Yeah,
and
it's.
dragged it off.
I haven't really
The sheriff
used it
didn't
much.
even know what follow-up questions to ask. And so he just said, well, why didn't you call 911 when you first saw Robert? I mean, maybe we could have saved him. Or at least after he was dead, why didn't you tell someone? Susan would say that the reason she didn't tell anyone is she was afraid that if word got out about what her pigs had done, then her pigs would be euthanized and she would lose a major revenue stream because she sold her pigs' meat in town. And she said even if her pigs were not euthanized, she was worried people in town would not want to buy her pigs' meat after they learned her pigs were attacking and eating humans. Susan would tell the sheriff exactly where they could find the bags
I would think so.
that contained Robert's remains, and she even said she would
But
take
they
a
had good
polygraph
reason not
test
to eat it,
show
actually.
she was now telling the whole truth.
Exactly.
But when she actually sat down to take the polygraph test, she kept fidgeting and coughing
But it
and
ate
doing these really
one
dramatic
person, not
sighs,
multiple
and it
people.
was causing the test operator to get really inaccurate readings.
Yeah, but still the
And so
fact that
when
like
this
there's
first polygraph test was
people
over, the results were
circulating in the
inconclusive.
pigs
And so the investigators made Susan
that other
take
people will
another
eat.
test, but again, she continued to fidget and yawn.
I click
And
on
so
them when I
finally,
want to
the
maximize
investigators in the
focus
room
on it.
watching this happen just called off the test.
Not
And when they
Pentacom, I
did, they
can't
said
see
to
it
Susan,
time.
you know, hey, we're going to
Yes.
search your farm, and if there is anything on your farm
I didn't,
you
it
have
was
not told us about,
disappointment.
you're going to be in serious trouble because we're going to find it. At this point, Susan kind
Apple
of
two
stopped
more
fidgeting,
games,
and
Bo.
she looked up at the investigators, and after a long pause, she reached out across the table and grabbed a piece of paper and a pen. She pulled it back, and she began drawing something. And after a few seconds, it became pretty clear she was drawing a map of her farm. And after the map was all drawn out, she drew a big X in the middle of it, and then slid the map back across the table to the investigators, and she said, if you go to that X, you'll find Stephen. And the investigators are like,
Who the fuck is Stephen?
We're talking about Robert. What are you talking about? Well, it would turn out Robert was not the only farmhand to die on Susan's property. In 2012, about a year before Susan hired Robert, she hired another man named Stephen Delasino. And according to Susan, Stephen was a lot like Robert. He was really easy to get along with, he was quiet, he worked hard, but at some
How do you
point,
fix
Susan said
drivers
they
on
had a
the
big
PC?
falling out. Susan said she started to suspect that Stephen was stealing.
Wait. Sorry, guys. What kind of drivers? What drivers are you fixing? Cam, you gotta help. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Cam technical support.
Yeah, technical support.
I don't even know what's happening.
Bo needs help fixing drivers. on this PC.
Which
No, I feel
driver
like this is a
specifically?
Jaden
That,
question.
that
Okay,
is
sure.
a Jaden question. But like, what drivers? What's not working? Everything? Uh, uh, did you update Windows? Not to Windows 11. Did you update it? I, I don't know. Cammy said everything.
So you're gonna want to go to that search bar in the bottom left corner of your computer and type in drivers.
And then what?
It'll send you to device manager.
And then what?
And then whatever drivers you think you need to update, you click on those by expanding it. And then hit the update button. It should be in the upper toolbar. Looks like it's like a modem with a green arrow next to it.
But yeah. That is what he says. I don't know what else to do. All my drivers are probably out of date. If I haven't already updated it. I don't even remember how I updated it. It's just like my computer's just like, yo, you need an update, and I'm like, I would never have found that. Thank you. You did it, Cam. If you hit all F4 at the same time and the window closes, that means you need to reinstall Windows. You know what? Thank you. Thank you, Spider.
One whole good old factory reset.
But Cam, you did it. You saved the day.
I don't think I did.
And now we're gonna go back to listening about how the girl.
The piggies.
Her guns in her barn.
Them hungry piggies.
Hungry piggies.
Hungry piggies. I said hippies.
Those hippies do be hungry too.
But at some point during this fight, a gun went off, and then Stephen fell to the ground in the middle of the pig pen with his head bleeding, and all of Susan's pigs suddenly swarmed him and began eating him. The stunned investigators again asked Susan,
One of those pigs was a bear.
The way you said it did, why didn't you call 911? This was like an accident. And Susan would say, again, that her big fear was her pigs would either be euthanized or word would get out that her pigs were eating people, and the people in town would not want to buy her pig's meat because of that. In the end, as far-fetched as Susan's stories were about what happened to Robert Haney and Stephen Delacino, there was never any evidence that actually contradicted her claims. And so as a result, when Susan went on trial for murdering Robert and Stephen, it came down to whether or not the jury believed Susan. And they didn't. Not at all. They believed that Susan was completely lying, and that in reality, Susan, who was known to have a very quick temper, shot Stephen and shot Robert very much on purpose, and then threw them into her pig pen. We can only hope they were dead before her pigs began eating them. On April 21st, 2015, more than a year after Robert's children had reported him missing, Susan was convicted of 2 counts of murder for Robert and for Stephen.
That's a different lady from the other picture.
She's a different lady.
She was sentenced to a minimum of 50 years in prison. While in custody, Susan would be overheard saying there were 17 other bodies buried on her property. However, when the police went out there and searched again very extensively, they never found any other remains. So that's going to do it. If you got something out of this
Already
episode
3 different
and you haven't
Susans.
done this already, please offer to make the like button a cup of coffee, but be sure it's full of coffee grounds. Also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. We have a podcast that puts out brand new podcast exclusive stories on Monday mornings, and on Thursday mornings we put out the remastered audio of our best YouTube videos. The podcast is called the Mr. Ballin Podcast, and it's available only on Amazon Music. Consider donating to our charity called the Mr. Ballin Foundation that provides support for victims of violent crime and the victims' families. Monthly donors to the Mr. Ballin Foundation Honor Them Society will receive free gifts and exclusive invites to special live events. Go to mrballin.foundation and click Get Involved to join the Honor Them Society today. We have 2 additional YouTube channels, Mr. Ballin Shorts and Mr. Ballin en Espanol. We put out near daily
En Espanol?
TikTok, Facebook, and Snapchat. Those pages are just called Mr. Ballin. If you want to get in touch with me, please follow me on any major social media platform and then send me a direct message. My username is @MrBallin, and I really do read the majority of my DMs. Check out our merch at shopMrBallin.
I'm gonna ask him if we can watch all of his content.
Please submit it to our subreddit just called Mr. Ballin. It's linked in the
I'm gonna be like, "Hi, Mr. Ballin. I'm a VTuber, and I like your videos. Would it be okay if I reviewed them on stream?"
Podcast, wherever. Just
I
know
mean,
that
we're
I really
already doing
appreciate
it, so
your
if we're
support,
not supposed
and until
to,
next
we
time,
are in
that's gonna
trouble.
do it.
Yeah.
See ya.
And then he'll be like,
No.
"Sure." I mean, I'm pretty sure he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Valorant.
Valo.
But
I'm going to release my bipolar.
I'm gonna morb. It's morbin time.
I'm gonna go bipolar.
Oh my god.
Ah! Now you've seen me at my tripolar.
At my tripolar.
And this is what it means to go even further beyond. Quadpolar!
Bipolar, but twice. I am twice the man that I ever was.
I don't. If this is a new one, I don't think you watch this one.
No, but wait, I wanted to show Monty one with
Which one?
it's like way down the list. It was a guy who was being interrogated by El Policia.
Is it funny?
We never.
The
showed
fuck
her
up is
the-
funny.
We never showed her that it was necessary.
Oh yeah. Well, that's like a hour-long video.
That is.
Keep going down, 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 down.
I do love the red arrows. they're.
Cause like, it was like a police interrogation. I remember that. That was like the main point of the video. He uploads so much good content. I wonder if I can Google it in the time that it'll take for the video to actually pop up.
Maybe. Oh, I reached the end.
What the hell?
Do you remember the timer? That could probably help.
It's called the most fucked up interrogation ever caught on tape. I guess you could just type it in the search bar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ah,
that
yes.
was it.
One of the mature audiences only.
I have a challenge for all of you.
Is that Mr. Beast?
Your dad, your sister, your brother's computer, and install Honey. Wait, Mom, before you check out, do you have Honey installed?
What's honey?
Oh, no. It's a free browser add-on that automatically applies coupons.
Oh my god, guys. We're gonna go to New York. We're gonna go to Ichiran Times Square, and we're gonna buy free ramen for everybody.
$139. Before you check out, Mom, can you just open a new tab and then
Nah, at work we like to make up fake Mr. Beast videos.
Shaking your head, wondering how in the world could they have missed that? But before we get into today's story, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you've come to the right place because that's all we do, and we upload 2 or 3 times every week. So if that's of interest to you, please offer to make the like button a sandwich of their choosing, but when you build it, make it between 2 very thin, stale, rye bread heels. Also, please... 2 very thin, stale rye bread heels. Also, please subscribe to
Is that what they call the ends of bread? Heels?
so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads.
Huh.
All right, let's get into
Well,
it.
I like heels. And I also like bread. I'll see myself out now.
In 2006, Heather Kwan was a 21-year-old college student living in the small residential town of Desert Hills in Arizona. From a very young age, Heather was someone who always seemed to give her friendship to the people who needed it the most. People who were hurting on the inside, or who society had kind of forgotten about. This is why when she was a teenager and a young adult, she would often spend her weekends volunteering her time with underprivileged children. It's also
We
why she
society
aspired
living.
to go to law school and become a defense lawyer, because she loved the idea of professionally helping
Society
people
is balling.
who desperately needed her help.
Mr.
She lived
Ballin.
in a rental home with her boyfriend, who was 18 years old. His name was Ryan Waller, and amongst other things, he was a huge gun enthusiast and a student. That year, the couple had made plans to visit Ryan's father,
Gun
on
enthusiast.
Christmas Day, so on December 25th.
You know, things go
When
pop,
the
pop.
day came and Dawn had made dinner for the couple and was expecting them, they didn't show up. And so Dawn tried contacting both of them, but when he couldn't, he just had a bad feeling that something was off.
Yeah, she's
very
dead.
uncharacteristic of them to just no-show. But instead of driving over to their property himself,
Why are you
Dawn
assuming
just
she's
called
dead
the
already?
local police and asked them to do a welfare check. The police arrived at the house in Desert Hills, Arizona. They knocked on the door, but there was no answer. They looked in the windows and some lights were on, but it was mostly dark inside, and they couldn't really tell from the car in the driveway if that belonged to the homeowners or somebody else. And so they stood there for a second. They're looking in the
Javi, I like how you
windows,
forgot we
no
watched
woman.
this.
They knock again while
Did we?
simultaneously calling out that, hey, we're the police. We're here
Yep.
to do a welfare
We
check.
probably
Just
didn't.
make sure you
It
guys are
probably won't
okay."
be until
And
like
this
it
time,
gets
after
later
they
on,
were
because like the
knocking, they heard
thumbnail,
the deadbolt
the
unlock,
dude looked
and they were
familiar.
staring inward into the house, and standing right in front of them was Ryan. Ryan had this huge bruise on his left eye, this big black eye, and he had a cut on his nose, and he was just standing there, not saying anything, not asking any questions, just looking at them. And they looked past Ryan into his house, and they saw there was a woman lying on the couch, which they presumed was his girlfriend Heather, because that was the 2 people they were coming to look for. And so they turned their attention back to Ryan, and they asked him, what happened to your eye? And Ryan was a little bit cagey. He didn't really give them a straight answer. He basically said, I don't know. I don't know what happened to my eye. And, the police didn't really pry that much, but eventually they determined that Ryan was more or less okay, albeit a little bit strange. And then they said, okay, well, who's the woman who's lying on the couch? Is that Heather? And Ryan, again, was kind of cagey and a little bit dismissive and said something along the lines of, she's just sleeping. And so the police said to him, look, we're here on a welfare check. Your father sent us here to check on you guys. And so we have to go in there and wake her up and make sure she's okay. And so Ryan, again, was just a little bit weird and kind of defensive and didn't really immediately comply, but eventually did step out of the way. And the police walked into the residence. They walked over to the couch. And as soon as they looked down at the girl on the couch, which was Heather, they saw right away that she was not asleep. She was dead. And she had been for at least a couple of days. She had died from a single gunshot wound to the head. Immediately, Ryan was arrested and brought out to a squad car. He didn't fight the arrests, but he did emphatically say he didn't know what was going on, he didn't understand what was happening, he didn't know what happened to Heather. He just seemed kind of generally confused. But regardless, he was thrown in the back of the police car outside the property, and he would sit there for several hours while more and more police and paramedics arrived to process the crime scene and also to transfer Heather's body to a morgue. Finally, around 5 a.m. on December 26th, the police brought Ryan, who was still in the back of this police car, to the Phoenix police station for questioning. The interrogation that followed, this hour-long interrogation that was all filmed, would start off relatively normally, but it would quickly devolve into this totally bizarre back and forth between Ryan and the detective who was questioning him. And then at the end of the interrogation, there would be this stunning revelation. From this point until the end of today's video, we're going to be showing you clips from the actual interrogation. When you get to the end of this video and you hear the revelation, and trust me, you will not miss it, I would encourage you to then go back and watch the clips of the interrogation, or just go online and watch the entire interrogation, because it's totally mind-blowing watching this thing, knowing what's really going on. In the video, Ryan is led into this sort of nondescript...
So guys, what do you think happened?
I don't remember what happened.
They went out for ice cream and never came back.
And have you said you remember what happened?
I don't really remember.
You don't?
a.m. on
Yeah.
December 26th. So he's just
You
arrived
can
at the
text me what
station, they put
happened,
him in this
'cause
room.
then I'll be like,
He's wearing
oh.
this white jumpsuit that might have been issued by police. Maybe he owned it, but it definitely looks more like prison attire. He's got no shoes on, no socks on, and his hands are not cuffed. And so he walks into the room and he sits down in the chair that's in the back corner of the interrogation room. And this chair is right next to this table, and then on the other side of this table
His
is
black
another
eye
chair.
looks so bad.
So Ryan sits down in the corner. He's kind of facing out towards the middle of the room. He's quiet. He's basically not moving. And then at some point, he notices there is a handcuff that's connected to this table. Now, in some cases, the police would handcuff the person they were interviewing in this room. But in this case, Ryan was not told that he needed to put this handcuff on. He was uncuffed. So there was no
I
direction
texted it
that
to
he
you.
needed to have this
Oh,
handcuff
yeah.
on.
The handcuff makes me feel safe.
After handcuffing himself to this table, Ryan turns and puts his arms over this table, and he lays down, puts his head in his arms, and he lays that way for about 5 minutes. Periodically, he makes a few groaning sounds, but for the most part, he's quiet. And then all of a sudden, as he's laying there, he suddenly makes a fairly loud moaning sound and stands up in his chair like he's going to walk out of the room. But as soon as he starts to walk away, the handcuff stops him. The handcuff that he was not told to put on. And so he's stuck against this table, but he doesn't seem fazed by it. He looks almost confused by
Who
what's
gifted you?
happening, but he
Bo.
doesn't dwell on it for very long. Instead, he just reaches
Bo
across
gifted
the
you a
table
sub.
and grabs a blank piece of paper, and then he just sits back down in the seat and crosses his legs, and he starts looking at this piece of paper. At 5:17 a.m., so roughly 9 minutes into this interrogation, which really hasn't even started yet, Ryan is intently looking at this blank piece of paper when a detective walks into the interrogation room. This detective was named Dalton, and he informs Ryan that they're going to be taking pictures of his
Is she even
feet,
here?
and
Well,
so he needs to put his feet up
I
on
think
the
he's still
table
here.
that's right next to him. Ryan at first acts very confused and doesn't really understand what's happening, but he eventually complies and he puts his feet up on the table. And by the time his feet are up there, another officer
Look at
walks
them
into the
toes.
interrogation room, and he's got a camera and he's got this big kit with
Grippers.
him, and he would begin about a 10-minute long process of photographing Ryan's feet and also swabbing Ryan's feet. During this
Wait,
10-minute
what?
session, Dalton stays in the room, and so Ryan periodically asks him if he can just leave and go home, seemingly unaware of how serious this situation really was for him. And when Dalton
Are you
would tell
body
him,
pose as
no,
the same
you
person
can't
on the street?
leave,
Well, because I
Ryan would
can.
act totally frustrated and kind of angry and upset, kind of like how a child would act if they were told they couldn't have something they really wanted to. At 5:28 a.m., after this 10-minute session is complete and they've photographed and swabbed Ryan's feet, the second officer leaves the room, and Dalton shuts the door behind him, and then he walks over to the table and he grabs the chair on the other side from Ryan. He drags it out so it's closer to Ryan, and then he sits down and introduces himself. After that, he begins asking Ryan some very basic questions. He asks him to confirm his name, which he does. He asks him to confirm his date of birth and his social security number, and Ryan does both those things. And then he asks Ryan if he understands why he was there, why he was being interrogated. And Ryan says no. And so at this point, Dalton says, okay, let's just stop right now. I'm going to read you your rights. And so it's at this point in the interrogation that Ryan's behavior starts to get really, really weird. After Dalton tells Ryan he needs to read him his rights, you can see Ryan doesn't compute what he's saying. He's just kind of looking blankly, and Dalton seems to pick up on that, and so he tries to make it kind of lighthearted, and he says, hey Ryan, I'm going to read you your rights like they do on TV, like on Cops and on Law and Order and CSI, any of those crime shows, they read people their rights. That's what I'm going to do. You know what I'm talking about? And Ryan just goes, no. And Dalton's kind of confused. He's like, you haven't seen any cop show where they read people their rights? And at this, Ryan kind of changes his behavior, and suddenly he's not as robotic, he's a little bit defensive looking, and he says, oh, yeah, I have, yeah. At this, it's pretty obvious to me
I have.
Ryan is lying about something that is totally insignificant, whether or not he's seen true crime TV shows. It really just didn't matter at all. And there's this weird hesitation where both of them are just kind of being quiet for a minute. It's like Dalton knows he's lying about it, and Ryan just seems totally confused. And then ultimately, Dalton just decides to not key in on this kind of weird lie that Ryan has just told. Instead, he just reads Ryan his rights. And then after that, he gets back into some basic questions. The next one was, hey Ryan, what was the highest grade you achieved in school? And now at this point, Ryan is not looking at Dalton. He's looking to the far side of the room. He's got this blank expression on. And when he's asked this question, he just says, I don't know. And Dalton's like, you don't know what level grade you achieved in school? And Ryan says, no, I don't know. Eighth grade. So again, he's changed his answer fairly abruptly when he's challenged. And so Dalton is probably thinking to himself that he's lying again. But again, it's just kind of an insignificant thing, but it's building a pattern of mistrust here. It's hard for Dalton to believe that Ryan is going to be truthful if he can't even tell the truth about things that don't matter. But Dalton decides not to fixate on it. Instead, he asks a follow-up question based on the fact that Ryan has said 8th grade is the highest level he achieved. And so Dalton says, okay, well, did you get your GED? A GED is a high school diploma equivalent, and it's something you would get if you did not graduate high school. And since 8th grade is below high school, then Ryan clearly did not finish high school. So it's a natural question to ask. The answer to this question is binary. You have a GED, you don't have a GED. But Ryan's answer is anything but binary. It's totally contradictory and weird, and it really begins to show a side of Ryan that just doesn't add up. He's acting totally weird.
I have that game.
Not surprised.
I like gotcha games. I'm sorry.
Be sorry.
I won't. You play Genshin. I also play Genshin.
I'm gonna pass it on my bed. Good night, night spider.
Good night.
Good sleep be with you. Why did I say it like that? Have good sleep.
May the force be with you.
That's the highest grade that you completed. B?
Oh,
You
no,
said
that was
B.
the revelation that you gave me. I'm remembering this and like,
Graduate high school.
yeah.
The highest you went.
No wonder he says,
No spoilers.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil.
But Monzi and chat, what do you guys think so far?
Yeah, what do you guys think?
This is very, very confusing so far.
Great detective, right? Asking all the right questions.
Now, Dalton at this point would know that Heather, the girl who was deceased, was Ryan's girlfriend, because the police were asked to do the initial welfare check on Ryan and Heather, the couple. That's something that Dawn would have relayed to police. And so Dalton knows they have a relationship, but he wants Ryan to tell him he has a relationship with Heather. So again, he asks Ryan, do you have a girlfriend? And Ryan says no, which is a lie. But Dalton goes along with it and says, okay, well, do you know a girl named Heather? And Ryan would say, yes, I do. But his description of Heather was just completely inaccurate. He said Heather was a 16 or 17-year-old girl, even though she was actually 21. And he would say her last name was Kaiman. He thought. He wasn't entirely sure. He said she has nicknames and she has different names she uses, but he believes it's Kaiman, even though her last name was actually Kwan. Now, Dalton, of course, is aware of these discrepancies, but again, he does not fixate on them. He just keeps on asking more questions. Dalton asks Ryan, what happened to your face? You have this huge bruise on the left side of your face. What happened? At first, Ryan says he doesn't know. But when Dalton pressed him and kept asking more and more questions about his face and how it happened, Ryan eventually would begin to open up.
What happened to your face?
I don't know.
I told the officer just a few minutes ago that someone hit you. Remember who hit you?
I don't know. I think it was Heather.
How would Heather hit you?
I don't know. It was an accident. Yeah.
Like the other police officers involved, Dalton believed already going into this interrogation that Ryan killed Heather, that the bruise on his face was from Heather fighting back before ultimately Ryan killed her. And so for Ryan to say the mark on my face is from Heather, even though he claimed it was an accident, to Dalton, that was the same thing as Ryan saying, I killed Heather. Dalton attempted to get more specific details about the actual physical struggle that took place between Ryan and Heather, but as he asked more and more questions, he became more and more aggressive, and it seemed like Ryan picked up on it and became very defensive and started throwing out random pieces of information, much of which seemed untrue. Like he suggested there was at least 2 or 3 other people that were in the house on the night that Heather got killed, but it's unclear if these people were real or if they were actually ever there. And it just seemed like Ryan was kind of panicking and just kind of saying all sorts of random things. And so at some point, Dalton just wants to focus the conversation because he feels like it's getting totally out of hand. And so he just stops Ryan and he says, Ryan, there is a dead girl in your house and I need information.
Hey, Ryan,
Huh? Huh?
there's a dead girl in your living room.
She's dead?
Yes.
Heather?
I don't know. I want to know what happened. The house does.
The girl on the couch is dead?
I don't know. If she's on the couch, she's dead.
The interesting thing about Ryan's reaction to being told by Dalton for the first time in the interrogation that there was a dead girl in his house is Ryan reacted with genuine surprise. It's the only time in the entire interrogation, start to finish, where Ryan sits forward in his chair, he kind of perks up, and he seems relatively normal. He's not acting confused and kind of bizarre. It's like he's really dialed in, as if he had not heard this before, that he didn't know Heather was dead, and he's now for the first time being told, and it shocked his system. But just seconds after he sits forward and seems really engaged, he goes back to kind of being totally bizarre, and he also suddenly had this really elaborate story about what happened to Heather, even though just seconds ago it seemed like he had just learned about it. So it didn't really make any sense that he would have a story so readily available for something he seemed to not know anything about. And of course, like all of his other answers, his story he gave was full of contradictions and holes and was just totally unbelievable.
Well, these people came over, Richie and his dad, with shooting arrows, glowing darts. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Yeah.
They hit me and her with those. That's it.
They hit
Bow
you
and darts.
They hit
Darts
you?
and bows.
Yeah.
Now it's Richie that hit you, not Heather?
No, Richie and his dad.
Richie and his dad. They hit you.
Yes.
Why?
They're trying to get their stuff. I don't know why.
And they had some kind of bow and arrows?
Mm-hmm. We each had 2 revolvers and it didn't let off any shells.
Oh, okay.
You just said they had bow and arrows. Now they have revolvers?
That's what I meant. They had revolvers.
They have revolvers.
Yes.
Revolvers and arrows.
And then they shot us, though.
Following this exchange, Ryan
He
would change
sounds
his
so
story
buffalo.
again.
They
and
shot
say,
us.
Actually, they didn't shoot me. They just shot Heather. They put me in a sleeper hold. But when Dalton asked him, what do you mean sleeper hold? Ryan said, oh, I don't know what a sleeper hold is. And then eventually, Ryan would actually just ditch the sleeper hold narrative and go back to the Richie and his father. They came in and they shot both of us. At this point, Ryan's story has become so convoluted and it's changed so many times that it's just totally unbelievable. And so Dalton, who was doing his best to kind of go along with Ryan's story, at this point just can't even pretend anymore. He cannot pretend that he's following this story. It doesn't make any sense.
You're telling me you're all over the board here. You're saying bows and arrows, you're saying revolvers, and you're saying some other thing, and you're saying they shot you in the eye. Okay? They shot you with a revolver in your eye. Yes. Is it a BB gun? No, it was a real gun, man. It was just a revolver. They shot you in the eye with a revolver. You wouldn't be talking to me right now. How do you know? Most likely you'd be dead. That's what I thought too, man. I really don't know. So you got shot first? Mm-hmm. And what happened? Did you fall to the ground?
I like how he said that. How do you know?
How do you know I would be dead?
I don't know.
A police officer.
And then she got shot? Mm-hmm. What did you do? Nothing.
He was on the floor.
911? Did you see if she was alive?
Mm-mm.
She was sleeping still, and that's it. I just let her sleep. She got shot in the side of the face, and you let her sleep? Yes. This does not make sense, Ryan.
After this exchange, Dalton just goes full bad cop on Ryan, openly accusing him of shooting and killing Heather, and Ryan just continues to say he doesn't know anything, that he didn't do it, and his answers are just totally nonsensical and contradictory, and nothing is making sense. And so finally, at 5:52 a.m., roughly 45 minutes into this interrogation, Dalton is just at a loss. He does not know how to handle Ryan, because even though he really believes he did it, nothing Ryan has said has incriminated him, because nothing Ryan has said makes any sense. And so he's sitting there kind of thinking what he's going to do next, and then Dalton notices something. He notices something on Ryan's face. He tells Ryan to come closer, he needs to look at it.
Let me see your nose. Put your legs down. Put your legs down. Bring your face closer. My head hurts.
What do you think he noticed?
I did not notice.
What Dalton
this
had
one,
finally just discovered were 4 bullet holes in Ryan's face and head. Ryan had committed no crime. He was a victim the same way Heather was a victim, but somehow Ryan had survived the attack. On December 23rd, so 2 days before the welfare check, 2 men attempted to break into Ryan and Heather's house. They were 23-year-old Richie Carver and his 54-year-old father, Larry Carver, the same Richie and Richie's father that Ryan had mentioned during the interrogation. They were there because of an altercation.
My question is, why did they let them leave the man in his hospital outfit for
During
that?
that time, Richie
I don't know.
was actually living with Ryan and Heather, but apparently he began hitting on Heather, and Heather told Ryan, and Ryan got really mad about it, and Ryan and Richie got in this big fight, and ultimately Ryan kicks Richie out of the house. Now, this totally infuriates Richie and is very embarrassing for Richie, and so right away he begins plotting his revenge. And so on December 23rd, Richie and his father, they were there to carry out this revenge plot. When the father and son got to the back of Ryan and Heather's house, Ryan saw them at the back door through the glass door that was near their kitchen, and he ran over to try to stop them from getting inside. But Richie and Larry managed to barely get open the door, and Richie reached in with his hand, which was carrying a gun, and he shot Ryan point blank twice in the face. The first bullet went in through his nose and then out the other side of his nose, so that's the first 2 bullet holes. And then that bullet traveled back into his head through his left eye into his brain where it got lodged. And along with the bullet, 6 pieces of his skull that broke off from this bullet went inside of his brain as well. So that's the first 3 bullet holes, and then the second bullet that was fired into Ryan's head hit the side of his head. It did not penetrate into his skull, so the bullet didn't lodge anywhere inside of his brain. However, it did break off a piece of his skull, and so that was the 4th bullet hole. Ryan dropped to the ground. He was unconscious. They assumed he was dead. They managed to force the door the rest of the way open. They stepped inside. They stepped over Ryan's body, and they walked into the living room where Heather was cowering on the sofa, and Richie just immediately walked up, put a gun to her head, and fired a single shot. After she had fallen to the ground, the two men stole some things in the house and then fled the scene. They would ultimately get caught, and they're both currently serving life sentences. It's believed Heather died instantly from her gunshot wound, but Ryan didn't. At some point, maybe a couple of hours after he was shot, he woke up, but he had severe brain damage, and he wouldn't have known what was going on. He didn't really know what happened, and he saw his girlfriend, Heather, lying on the couch, but he thought she was just sleeping, and so he too went to his bedroom and he fell asleep. But the next morning, he woke up, and he still would have had no idea what was going on, and he spent the day on the 24th just kind of wandering around his house with his girlfriend lying dead on the couch. And so after a full day of just kind of mindlessly walking around his house, he went back to bed, and then he got up on Christmas Day on the 25th and spent another day just kind of walking about his house with his girlfriend, who he believed was sleeping, but really she was dead. And so finally the welfare check is called in, the police show up, and as soon as they see Ryan, they jumped to conclusions that he must have killed Heather. And it kind of dictated the way they treated him. Had they believed he was a victim, they might have sought medical attention for the wound on his face, but again, jumping to conclusions and assuming he was the killer, they figured that bruise on his face was from the woman fighting back. She had struck him before he had savagely killed her. And so they didn't give him any medical care. Instead, they put him out in the cop car out front of the property, and he sat there with no medical intervention for 6 hours. And during those 6 hours, literally every second that went by, there was irreversible brain damage being caused because he had all this bleeding inside of his head that was causing brain damage. And so the clock was ticking as soon as they found him, and for hours and hours and hours, he got no care and was just getting worse and worse and worse. And so finally he goes to the police station, and again, they do not give him any medical care. Instead, they interrogate him for almost 2 hours, even though he has 4 bullet holes on his face that apparently no one noticed or no one took seriously. But regardless, he spent those almost 2 more hours in the interrogation room, where every second that's going by, his brain is getting more and more destroyed, irreparably destroyed. And then finally, at the end of the interrogation, Dalton, who's probably thinking to himself, what is wrong with this guy? His answers don't make any sense. He's all over the place. And that's when he stepped back from looking for a way to convict this guy and noticed the holes on his face, specifically the hole in his nose. And that's when he called him forward, and he looked at his face, and he realized a huge mistake had been made, and he called an ambulance. Here is a clip of the fire
Huge is an
department
understatement.
who arrived ahead of the ambulance in the interrogation room, learning about what's happened to Ryan as they wait for the ambulance.
You're not gonna believe this one.
You're not gonna believe this fuck up I just did.
This is just my observations that this might be an entrance, this might be an exit, this might be into the
Oh my god.
acting like he has a serious head injury, which makes sense.
Ryan was ultimately rushed to the hospital, where he would undergo emergency surgery that would save his life, but it would come at a great cost. They not only had to remove a large portion of his brain, but they also had to remove both of his eyes. Now, it should be noted that at least one other source says he only had his left eye removed, but regardless, after this surgery, Ryan was no longer independent. He had so much brain damage, he couldn't take care of himself, and so he had to move back in with his parents, who became his full-time caretakers. And then 10 years later, Ryan would die from a seizure that was directly connected to the injuries he sustained from that attack, and it's connected to the lack of care he received in those first critical 8 hours after the police found him. The Phoenix Police Department, after this mishandling of Ryan's case went public, they did an internal investigation, but no one was ever disciplined, at least not publicly. As for Ryan's family, they certainly could have filed a lawsuit against the Phoenix Police Department, but they chose not to. They said, the only thing we want is our son back, and a lawsuit will not give us that.
Their asses would have been mine.
Got something out of today's episode, and you haven't done this already,
I would have been
please
like,
offer to make
oh,
the like
hell no.
button a sandwich of their choosing. But when you make it, make sure you construct it between 2 very thin, stale rye bread peels. Also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly 2
That
or
case
3
is
video
crazy.
uploads. We are
It
now
is.
selling merchandise like flannels and
But if
hats
you
and
think
sweatshirts
about
and
it,
mugs and all sorts of
cases
stuff.
like
If
these
you're interested, go to
are like
shopmrballin.com. If you want to
teaching
learn about
lessons
upcoming
for
deals and promotions in our
the
shop,
For
go
future
to our
cases.
shop's Instagram page.
Right.
Username is shopmrballin. Ballin.
But you know what
If you
they
want to get
say,
in touch with
history
me,
repeats
you can direct
itself.
message me on Instagram or on Twitter. My username for both platforms is the same. It's JohnBallin416. I also have a
John
content
Ballin.
over on TikTok.
Yeah,
My
this was
username
his.
is Mr. Ballin.
These are
We
older
also have a
videos.
second
Right.
YouTube channel called Mr. Ballin Shorts,
Mind
where we
Seed.
post random
I
short
don't know.
videos and lost
If
episodes.
Mind Seed
We
is
also
ghost
have a
videos,
Facebook
I'm
page just
scared.
called Mr. Ballin,
Let's watch it
where we
anyways.
post condensed versions of the long episodes you see on YouTube. If you have a story suggestion, please submit it.
Or we
to
could watch
our
Mind Goblin.
Mr. Ballin. It's linked in the description below.
Gobble,
So whether I
gobble,
see you
gobble.
on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok,
There was a
or
joke there,
YouTube,
but I wasn't
Facebook,
gonna
or
make it
some
'cause
combination, just know that I really appreciate
Yeah.
your support. And until next time, that's gonna do it. See you.
if you think about it, you'll understand the joke.
I'm not gonna understand the joke.
Mind it, Goblin.
But yeah, that's crazy. That case was absolutely crazy.
You can watch
Mind Seed.
I just don't want to watch it on stream because I'm tired. I kind of want to go to sleep, but then again, I don't want to watch ghost stuff. I go to sleep.
So let's watch it now.
Oh. Oh.
It's okay. I'm here. Monty's here.
Oh, you're not.
No, you're not.
Look, think about it, right? I'll also be scared.
Weren't you the one who didn't want to watch this stuff?
Who said that?
Hmm.
What do you mean? What are you trying to say?
I don't remember hearing you talk about like if you actively mess with like what was it? Ouija boards, you're like, don't talk to me.
Yeah, but I don't know these people. This is YouTube. It's not even real.
It's not real, but then again, if you hear something when you go to the bathroom, it becomes that much more real.
Spooky, scary skeleton. I mean, it's all right. Fine. How about this, right? We watched the first 10 minutes. And if
10
nothing's
minutes is a lot. 10 minutes is a lot.
the first 5 minutes, and if nothing scary happens within the first 5 minutes, then we can keep watching for the next 5
Mind
minutes.
Seed is real to an extent.
And then the next 5 minutes. Yeah, it's real. It's called practical effects.
And the next day, and the next day,
and the
next day.
I want to
Next
sleep
day.
tonight.
Yeah, let the lady sleep.
I want to be able to sleep tonight.
Then let's watch the Mandela catalog.
No.
What?
I mean, I love it,
But that's unequivocally not real. That is clearly fiction.
yeah, but then again, if I think about it, and if I see something like that, an intruder in my house
Yes, if you
that
see
looks
if you
like
see
an
your
intruder,
doppelganger,
I'm shitting my pants. My pants will be browned. Just thinking about it.
well, you can shit your pants on company time.
See, this is why I don't watch stuff with them. They like horror. I don't.
I like it too, but it's like I also get unnerved by it.
I don't. Yep.
Like I don't mind it, but I understand that Javi minds it.
I very much mind it. And
Exactly.
I very much would like to sleep. I was going to end my stream after this video.
You, Cameron.
Yeah,
Let
Cameron.
her sleep.
Yeah. We have been streaming for almost 4 hours.
What's a little bit more?
I have to wake up early tomorrow. So, yeah.
It's okay, Cameron. When I stream 10 million years from now on, we can watch the Mandela catalog.
Yeah,
and then shit our pants on a stream.
Fine.
You guys can do that. I'm scared.
I mean, there's nothing to be scared of though.
You're safe
Because it's
today.
not real.
I have an
Cameron.
active imagination.
Cam.
For a
Yeah.
23-year-old.
The Ouija board isn't real. It's made by Hasbro.
I know it is. But I don't mess with Hasbro.
Anywho.
They make bad games nowadays. And
It's
toys.
the same logic. It's the same logic.
We're going. we're gonna go. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna go over here.
How your
Oh,
trauma explains your coping mechanisms.
Oh, why is Mo so small and you're so big? You need to become small. Where are you? Where are you? I'm gonna make you small. I'm gonna go right here. Anywho. Oh yes, my two pillows. They're having a great time. Hey. Why me? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do to be bonked? What did I do?
Who bonked you?
Oh.
I wonder why.
I wonder why. I'm sorry. That was a really big hiccup. Anyways, yeah. True crime is one thing. Actual ghost stories is another.
Wait.
That's crazy.
By that logic. Wait. Hold up. Do you realize what you just said?
I know. If I had that logic, I should be scared of the true crime stuff rather than the ghost story stuff.
I mean, either way, both things at the end of the day make me recheck my doors.
Yeah.
You have doors?
Yeah.
Because I have 3 doors. 2 doors of the apartment and the fire exit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I should invest in these doors.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, I prefer watching true crime than I do watching ghost stories. I don't know. It's the fact that it's like not like visible. It's scary.
The mind is scary.
Exactly. Anywho, we find somebody to raid. Unless Cam wants to keep going. And then I go raid him.
I mean, there's nothing left for me to do.
When ghost hunting involves solved. Yep, nope, 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 not I. Me? Not I.
Which is crazy because that's like my whole job. At least in terms of the lore.
You gotta find somebody else.
Aren't you a void dweller thingy?
Yeah. And?
You should understand the cosmic horrors. Which means that the horrors below that, which are human horrors, should be nothing.
No. No.
Well, if I did everything I could do.
Thanks. You tried your best.
I didn't, though.
Yeah, I know. Anywho. Are you gonna raid Cam? I'm gonna go raid Sofa. Are you going to raid Sofa?
I guess I will. Let's go, everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. A raid is a raid. A raid is a raid. Okay, so you guys know the drill. But raid 1 is if you are subbed. Raid 2 is if you're not subbed. They're the same message, but there's different emotes. Oh, we're sleeping. Because I do be yawning. Ow. Stop hitting me. No more hitting me. I wanna go to bed. Let me go to bed.
You are gonna go to bed.
Yeah, I'm going to bed. Anyway. We go over here. Okay, guys, say bye-bye.
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 Alright, guys, now you say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, guys, bye-bye. Wait, Cam, did you even start your raid?
I sure am.
Oh, Lord. Let me do it.
Hmm?
Let me do it.
I'm about to start mine in a second.
Okay.
Anyways, guys, we'll see you all next Friday.
Next Friday?
Says I.
Oh.
Stream earlier.
I'll talk about it as a group stream.
Oh, Lord. Please don't.
We're gonna make this weekly.
Yeah.
That way, if one of us doesn't stream for the week, at least that's one guaranteed stream.
Yeah, good luck with that.
For sure.
Anyway, I go bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.